Hello. Hey, Patty.
Hi, Patrick.
Oh shit.
Just in time. I'm assuming there were probably some issues you couldn't get online. I just wanted to make sure you were here for this because a lot of shit happened last time. All right, I'm gonna get going then. Let me just get some water. Okay. All right, I'm starting. Okay. When last we left you, Blue Hearts, you were infiltrating Borgash's stronghold at Odar's Eyrie, making your way through the spire to find evidence of his guilt. Investigating the cellars, you stumbled upon a blind orc that was chained up, who you learned was a missing caravan merchant that Borgash had abducted. After securing his rescue, you proceeded higher into the tower, to Borgash's quarters, where you found maps of patrol routes and a battle plan for attacking the orcs near Darkrune. However, just as you were planning to make your escape with the evidence, Borgash himself and his entourage returned, and you had a short skirmish with the warlord. After escaping his wrath, you summoned Urzoth, who arrived at the stronghold with ample backup. Teleporting in a half-dozen rocks with a small army of orc soldiers on them, you supplied both Urzoth and Logzol with evidence of Borgash's guilt. His plan exposed, Logzol's army made short work of Borgash's dissidents, and the war chief and his older brothers squared off in an honor duel. Logzol proved the victor and exiled his brother from the orc lands. Grateful for your involvement, the war chief and his wife offered you the run of Borgash's treasure vault. While scouring the vault for loot, you came upon yet another one of the black orbs that you had seen so many of in your travels. Upon trying to secure it, Goff was suddenly possessed by the terrible power within, and he retrieved another orb from the bag of holding that you had been holding onto. The two orbs in hand, void matter began to gush outward and fill up the vault and the lower floors of the tower. While the Blue Hearts tried desperately to rescue their paralyzed friend, they proved unsuccessful, and Goff was soon consumed by the void substance. You all managed to flee the collapsing tower just in time for a gargantuan void matter monstrosity to rise up from the ruins and blot out the moon. Meanwhile, Goff found himself within the dreaming, face to face with the Grey Man, who had been stalking you for the last few days. The Grey Man moved to strike him down, only for the timely intervention of a familiar face, as Liza herself interposed between the Grey Man and her friend. So, that is where we pick up.
Which scene are we picking up in?
So, Goff, as you stand on this alien landscape, this desert of blue sand, the swirling cyclone of glittering stardust that the Grey Man has become before you, it is only held back by a towering, divine shield that Liza has erected, the magical energy flowing into the form of a crashing tidal wave. The tiefling woman looks weary, as she does what little she can to hold back the Grey Man's attack. The being on the other side of the shield roars furiously, its wailing echo throughout the landscape. Liza once more looks back toward you, her knees buckling somewhat under the strain. Goff, run, now!
Freeze frame. What does it feel like I can do in this place? Do I feel like I can cast spells? Do I feel like I'm capable of doing anything, or am I completely helpless?
You don't know. You wouldn't know until you tried it.
Oh boy. What? Run? What? What?
You have to get back to your friends. Listen to me. Just go.
I've spent all this time trying to find you. Why now? I can't leave.
I had hoped our reunion would be different too, but this is all I can do. Please. It is
Where do I go? I don't even know.
Run as far away as you can. Figure something out. You will pray for the Grove Mother's guidance, please. It is important that you survive, Goff.
How far away from me is she?
She's like 15 feet.
Does she look like she could... Does she look hurt?
She looks tired. She looks like she has been in this place for a while, and it's worn on her.
Does she look exhausted?
She looks exhausted.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Let me double check something really quick. I didn't prepare anything because I had no idea what the situation was going to be. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, fine, I know.
Wait.
But first, I'm going to run up to her and I'm going to cast Greater Restoration on her.
Okay. Don't subtract any spell points.
Okay.
The spell seems to take hold. There seems to be some sort of energy that suffuses Liza's being. It's not the same as when you're in the physical world. You get the sense that while you're here, this is not entirely a corporeal landscape.
Right.
So your spell seems to have taken effect on her, but it might just be like sort of a mental thing.
Okay. As long as it helps. Okay, and I'll step back and say, I won't leave you behind. I will find you again.
This is all I can do. It does not matter if I fall here.
It does to me. And I'll turn and I'll just run.
Okay. So you're running.
Yeah. And I don't know if there's anything I can do to reach out to Eldath or anything. I don't know if there's a spell or a check or anything I could make, but...
How do you want to try?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm capable of doing in here. How would I normally... I guess the way I would normally try to reach out to her.
Just speaking to her, you could try your divination. You could try any number of things that reach out to her.
Doesn't divination have to be a yes or no answer?
Yeah. You have a number of ways. Like you've had conversations with her before, so you know.
I guess I'm just running, and I'm just talking into the air. Grandmother, I am very lost. I don't know what to do.
So as you continue running, your feet slipping slightly across the blue granules of sand under your feet, trying to crawl across the dunes. The crashing divine shield, the light from it retreating into the distance as Liza holds the line and attempts to keep the gray man at bay. As you continue to run, we're going to switch over to the rest of you. The rest of you are standing now outside of the collapsed ruins of Odar's Eyrie, out in the courtyard, standing with the orc army to your back. Logzul and Urzath are there as well to your side. And as this many-eyed horror rises up from the white marble ruins, its glittering tentacles flailing in the moonlight, it lets out a terrible gurgling roar that echoes across the highlands. And Logzul grips his axe as he faces it. Where did this thing come from? And he looks toward all of you.
There was an orb. It was in...
Orb in your...
In the treasure.
In the treasury.
Urzath looks at him. It's like the old times. Nods. He says, I never thought the corruption would return.
Corruption?
Return?
We will not make the mistakes of our ancestors. He grips his axe even more. Are you with me on this?
Ellen draws her bow and nods.
Cecil also brandishes her staff and nods.
Do I know what he's talking about? Is this a common knowledge? Okay. No idea what you're talking about, but if it means killing that thing. Our friend is in it, though. Do you see him?
He's like visible.
Okay.
I know not what we are in for, but there's more talk. There's no time to talk about that now. You see Logzul step up next to one of the walls of the battlements. He grabs onto a ladder, and he scales upward to get a better view. And once he reaches the top of the wall, he slams his battle axe down onto the ground and then points at this creature. And he says, "Brothers and sisters, prove that you are still loyal to your war chief. We will slay this horror and protect your homeland. To me!" The war chief slams his fist against his chest, and with a terrible roar, his eyes glow red with the orc bloodlust. And he hoists his axe into his hands and leaps off the battlement toward the creature. And with a rallying roar, the horde follows. What are you doing?
Ellen is a ranged person. Ellen would like to move out of its melee.
That's
she
not
can.
possible. This thing is massive.
So does that mean she'll just
Wait,
always
is Ellen
be...
still on the broom with Sissel?
Oh yeah, she is.
We're going to pop this off. We're going to pop it off.
So
We might as well. Let's go.
we're going to move to the map.
Ooh.
I am.
Oh, fuck, that's really big!
Hold on,
Jesus
I gotta-
Christ! Hey guys, remember?
That's quite big. Impressive.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Hey guys, remember time for Final Fantasy? This is bigger than that.
This is me just pulling out the fucking measuring tape and letting it snap. That's quite big.
So Sissel and Ellen are.
85 feet wide.
Yikes.
I think that's bigger than, like, our whole house.
Oh yeah, is that that
I think that's the highest initiative Verna's ever had.
big? Holy shit, Verna. Let me open all my
Let's see,
shit.
where is the stats? There's the stats.
Wait.
Oh, fuck.
Also,
No.
whoops,
Oh,
I was
does Verna,
streaming.
Verna has, how many superiority die does Verna have total? Because I
You definitely used one.
I used 1 or 2 in the combat with before this. Apologies, Patrick.
Wow, that
I was
fucking
using
sucks,
I was
whatever.
using them to protect Sissel because there was a guy attacking her.
I think it was 2, because I think you failed the first one and then you did the second
Yeah,
one.
I had her try to provoke a guy. I was trying to do you
What
proud.
did Ellen get?
Oh right.
Oh, have we had a short rest?
No.
No.
Well,
You have
Wait,
not
wait.
had a short rest.
no.
We had a
Because
short rest when we were
immediately
waiting in
went
the. We had a short rest when we were waiting in the bushes.
That's
Oh, yeah,
right.
we did.
Oh, you're right.
That's right. You do
Okay,
have a
so
short-
she's fine. So Verna has all her stuff. Well, yeah. I didn't use her action surge or her. I didn't use any of her
Everything's
fighter
missile.
stuff, or her paladin stuff.
Well, this is. This
Put
is
yourself where you
Mazza.
want, by the way.
Okay, initiative also.
Is this just a solid
Initiative
wall?
for me.
Yeah, this is the outer wall of the
Initiative for
whole
tackle.
courtyard.
So there's no place to get out of its,
I mean, you can fly up. Like, you have to use a little theater of the mind here. Like, the camps are basically beyond this wall. Like the rest of the stronghold. This whole area is literally just like where the spire was.
So if Alan's in melee range, would shooting it be at a disadvantage?
No, I don't think so. That's like, I mean, that would be ridiculous. No,
Yeah,
it just
let's not
no, it
show
just has
No.
that's if you're like point
It
blank.
just has massive
It has massive range because its arms are probably
It's basically a
huge.
giant building. Okay, so like it's got these massive tentacles that can hit anywhere in this entire vicinity. You did use your action surge.
Do you get that back on short rest?
Yeah, but she used it when she was trying to get you out.
Oh, that's right.
So she does not have it.
oh
Whoops.
yeah, when we just fucking shredded you.
Okay. So
No big deal.
as the orc horde and their war chief begin charging this towering titan, and you all ready your weapons in order to join your allies. We'll start off with Ellen. What are you doing?
All right. Who's piloting the broom, Ellen or Sissel?
I think Sissel's piloting it. I'm sorry
Okay.
about my initiative.
No worries. Alan's gonna insight check that big boy.
Okay. I
Insight.
mean, Yep, you got it.
I
Like,
mean,
Even against a
and
god being.
Here's the thing, like, you got so many orcs flanking it, you're gonna get this.
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Just imagine, like, it doesn't really do it justice, but like these little clumps of guys are probably like hundreds of orcs.
Oh, really? Wow. You just didn't want to put all those on there.
I'm not
'cause
gonna
it's too many.
fucking
It's
no,
too
it's too
It would also make Roll20 lag really bad, I
Oh,
think.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be as conservative as possible with these tokens.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay. In
Let
that
Ellen
case,
go.
since Ellen probably doesn't need the insight check, she's just gonna take a shot.
Okay. By the way, there are unmanned trebuchets on the wall.
Would Ellen get sneak attack from firing a trebuchet? Okay.
It's not
But
a
it
rogue.
might-
It's not.
but
a
it might-
weapon
I
you
mean,
have
Yeah,
to
it's not like a
It might.
rogue.
It could do more damage than a sneak attack arrow could.
It's a siege.
This is as a consideration.
A possibility, yeah. I'm gonna point those out to Sissel, but for this turn, Ellen's gonna point out like
Trebuchet.
Chubby. Yeah.
Okay. Make an attack.
And make an attack. 17 plus a lot. Where's my weapons tab? Sorry. 17 plus.
It's gonna be 11 or 12, I think.
Plus 12, yeah. 17 plus 12 is a 29.
Yep, that hits.
And that's a d6 plus 7 piercing damage. 6 plus 7 is 13 piercing damage. And then 76 question. Yeah.
Happy Pride
Lord.
Month.
Happy Pride.
As the orc hordes rush in and begin to occupy it, Ellen, you've seen an opening. You take a shot at
Look at all those sixes.
at this massive just pillar of void matter that's just spewing all over the place. It sinks in. You see it sink into this creature's flesh, and then a bunch of the oily black substance starts spewing out. But it looks like it was just like peppering just shooting into a storm, basically. It's very hardy.
Ooh, so we might need to use that trebuchet.
Where's the trebuchet again?
Well, you
Point.
see him on the wall. There's
Okay.
and there's a third one up there. That brings us to Verna. So while right before Verna goes, actually, you see Urzoth step forward from the battlements, and she throws down you see her hold her hands up, and wind is spinning around them.
Cool.
And a totem materializes in her hands, and she slams it down into the earth.
Fuck yeah.
So where is it going to be? It's going to be... I need to put a token down for this. Basically, there is now a totem right here. Anyone within 30 feet
Neat.
of that has haste.
Neat.
Right next to those spiders.
Yeah.
Go fast, ladies.
And
Let's
she
go,
is going to
lesbians.
use her bonus action to toss a heal on her wraith.
Yeah,
my
the
God,
shaman literally
lesbians.
just one less.
Let me see. I need to roll a dice. So, Wraith, you get back 9 hit points.
Thanks, Urzoth, you're such a bro.
That brings us to Verna.
Go fast, Verna.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
You have haste right now, which means you have a +2 AC. You have an extra attack, and your movement speed is double. I believe there's some other effects too. I don't remember. +2 AC. You have advantage on Dex saving throws. You gain an additional action, and your speed is doubled. As long as you're within 30 feet of this totem.
Is there like an aura thing that the totem can have?
Yeah. It's gonna be
think if you can target it and assign it to have an aura, and then like designate the size of it.
Yeah, I did. I just need to make the aura.
You can make it viewable by everyone. I
Yep,
think.
that's what
there
I
you
did.
go.
Woo!
Okay. Does it need to make any throws, or you just like it's an automatic thing for you? Yep. Okay. So yeah, Oath of Vengeance, Vow of Enmity. Yep. So 10 feet, Channel Divinity, and you gain attack advantage on attack rolls on it. Yep. This thing is absolutely massive, by the way. It is towering hundreds of feet up in the air above you. It's like you run up to this thing with your weapon, and it's like you're just hitting a wall. That hits. That just hits.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Friends.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
You get an additional action which you can
One
use
action.
for movement or a single attack, or I believe also disengage, or I don't think hide, but is part of that. That also hits. So you're just chinking away at this thing. You take your halberd out and you're slicing it left and right toward this thing's base. Basically, you move up right next to all of the other orcs and are just hacking away at it, sending void matter spewing left and right from it. Is there anything else you wish to do? You don't get an extra action from that. You just get your action surge, which gives you your additional attacks. Okay,
Oh fuck!
so you get 2 more attacks.
What?
What's that?
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Is that a bonus? Oh yeah, it's a bonus action. Okay. Yep. Alright, so make your attacks. Add your additional d4 on hit.
I think it's just that flat too, or is it a D4
No,
each
you
time?
roll it
it's
every
just
single
one
time.
D4.
Every time.
Oh. So it could be
Like
higher.
holy weapon on Bow's fist.
Okay.
Nice.
That hits.
So
So that's
roll.
8 plus an additional 1d4 plus your Divine Smite. Oh, there's the Divine Smite.
Then a D4.
Mhm. Okay, you still have one more attack.
Nice.
That
Nice.
also hits. Good thing you have that
High
advantage,
rolls.
Yeah.
because you would have missed a few of those without the advantage. Okay, so you just, knowing that this creature just threatens the entire countryside, probably the entire realm, you feel this surge of adrenaline well up within you, and you strike with divine fervor out at it. It seems that the radiant energy is absorbed by the darkness. It doesn't seem to do like any extra damage, but it is nonetheless injured by it. It's looking like you're carving away parts of its base. It's not like it doesn't look to be happy with that. So in response to that, it's going to use one of its legendary actions,
Uh-oh.
slam a tentacle down on you.
Oh no.
So this tentacle is just going to go basically wham in this direction.
Oh
So it's
jeez.
going to hit you directly, and then anyone within 5 feet of you, which is going to be Mito, Urzoth, Logzol and Tackle all have to make dex saves.
Okay.
5
Within
feet?
5 feet?
It's
Yeah.
a big ass
Of,
tentacle.
of the line.
in
of
the line.
Oh,
It's basically a massive, like, it's like 10 feet wide.
I don't think it's gonna get the orcs.
Yeah, okay, it's not like a 5 foot long, it's not a 5 foot
So-
wide, it's like,
Oh, you said 5 feet.
I'm sorry, I'm not making sense. The tentacle itself is like a 10 foot wide tentacle, and anyone 5 feet to either side of that is going to take damage if they don't make a dex save.
I still don't think
Sicily-
that reaches the orcs. If it's just 5 feet.
We're just estimating here. It's difficult enough to figure this stuff out. Okay, so Mito. So Verna, you are just taking the hit anyway. Like, you're the target of the attack. It's an 11 plus. That's so you have haste, so you have +2 to your AC. What's your AC right now?
it's fucking
Burn it.
song rules.
Hell yeah.
Burn his AC.
Yeah, because you have +2 from the Yes. No. You are taking it because the attack is on you, but then everybody else has to make the dex save because they're basically in the range of the tentacle as this big, meaty void matter tentacle is slamming down.
22.
So that's a 24 to hit, actually. So that does hit
Is
you.
that with the +2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Verna, you take 29 points of bludgeoning damage. Mito, you failed, so you take half of that. So you take 15 points. What did Tackle get?
20.
Tackle.
20,
Yeah,
so
tackle got 20.
Tackle saved, and I think with his evasion thing,
Yeah, he's got avoidance, so he doesn't take damage.
he doesn't take any damage.
So he's still displacing.
Urzath and
Shit,
Logzol
Cecil's also displacing.
both fail. So you see them as this void matter tentacle crashes down onto the battlements and smashes it actually. So there's now like a big hole here. Represent that somehow. Sorry. So basically there's like some rubble here now. Urzath and Logzol just barely make it out of the way, but they seem to have taken a brunt of the attack as well. That brings us to Hirei.
First I kind of want to make a judgment call, and I'll roll if you want me to.
Sure.
But can you hear me?
Yep.
Do I get the sense that this is like an aberration? Is this something that I would like protection against good and evil would have any kind of effect, or do I have no idea?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh boy, I'm so good at those. 10.
You wouldn't really have any idea, but you could try it.
I have 14 spell points, so I didn't
know.
have to try it.
I know.
First I'll drink my greater healing potion.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It's level 1, so I'm just gonna cast protection against good and evil on myself.
Okay.
This text. And then I want to start moving. With my speed 25.
You're double because you're in the haste.
If I move out of the bubble, do I still get double?
You get it for that turn, but then once you're when you start your turn outside the bubble, you no longer have it. But it won't be like regular haste where like if you lose it, you're sluggish. So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, I'm gonna get to like over here.
Oh wow.
Speedy dwarf.
And I'm going to say, I'll go for the western trebuchet. That's actually catapult.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
know.
trebuchet or catapult?
Trebuchet. It's supposed to be a trebuchet, but like that's the only icon they had.
They're the same thing.
No, they're not. One throws rocks, the other shoots giant arrows.
No, trebuchet.
That's a
No,
ballista.
trebuchet. Yeah.
Ballista shoots the giant arrows. Trebuchets are bigger catapults.
I don't believe that. Even if it's real, I'm not gonna believe it.
Trebuchets have like this weird like counterweight thing going
Yeah,
on.
Yeah, they have like the
Throws them farther.
ropes and thingy.
Yeah, they fucking a trebuchet does its thing. Someone's gonna get hurt.
Either way, Herath is gonna fuck this thing up with that thing.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So is that your full turn?
Yes.
Okay. So on count 15,
Huh.
Oh god.
you
I
see
forgot.
these 3 orc archer companies
Oh god.
taking aim, and they all fire volleys of fire arrows at the beast. So, I think 2 of those 3 volleys hit the other one hit it, but it just was absorbed by the viscous ooze that this creature's body is made out of. For the 2 that actually hit, that is going to be a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
So that's 70 points of fire damage.
Nice.
And that's going to be that. That brings us to Sissel.
Okay, so wait, was Herath going for the trebuchet?
Herath is going for the left
For the
one.
one on the left.
Ellen pointed out the one on the right.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna start. Sissel yanks the broom hard to the right and 15, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50.
You have haste.
Oh shit, I do! Does that mean you can move like twice as fast? Twice as
Yes.
far? Okay. And bam! All the way
Ellen
over
goes
here.
with her.
Okay, yeah,
And
Ellen
Ellen
goes.
goes with.
Okay, so you're next to the trebuchet right now.
Yeah.
It appears to be loaded, but if after you fire it, if you want to use it again, it's going to take some time to reload.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna fire.
Okay. So, for the trebuchets, I need you to just roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
At 13.
20 plus 13.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's rough. I will say, because it is a siege weapon, it's still gonna hit the damn thing, but it's not gonna impact it as forcefully because it basically warped its body a little bit in order to cushion the blow.
I don't know how to use this thing!
It
It's
still, takes half,
okay.
it still takes half damage. Roll 8d10.
Oh, that would have
Is that
been
is the 8d10 the half dice, or is it going to be half of whatever they roll?
That's half of whatever you roll from that.
Oh, wow. That
would
10.
have been good.
Those 9s.
Oh,
So it takes 27 points of bludgeoning damage from the attack, as the boulder that was in the trebuchet strikes it square in the side, almost hitting one of its eyes.
Yeah, that could have fucking just wiped Sissel off the map if that had happened. Yeah, it launches Sissel.
She goes flying. She's the ammunition.
Yeah,
Okay.
she'd roll with it.
that's how we get inside to save Goff.
Okay. All right. So at the end, are you done with your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. So at the end of your turn, it's going to spend 2 of its legendary actions as it utters this horrible wail, and I need Sissel and Herath to both make wisdom saving throws, please.
Okay. die. Well, fuck. Ah, shit. Wisdom saving throw. Let's do it. Oh my god.
Red, you gotta stop using Roll20.
Stop telling me to stop using Roll20. It's literally RNG.
Yeah, okay, so you both fail.
It's so mean to you, though.
Not.
You both fail. As this wail fills the air, you are both overcome by a feeling of dread, and as madness starts clinging to your mind. Huraith, you are stunned. And Sissel, you start looking around and you start seeing hallucinations. You have disadvantage on ability checks. At the end of your turns, you can...
Does protection from evil and good give me advantage on this?
Does protection from evil and good affect with saving throws?
Well, it says charmed, frightened, or possessed.
It's a madness effect. It's madness rules.
Okay.
It's not any of those things. But at the end of your turn, you can choose. You can shrug it off, or it only lasts to the end of your turn, basically.
If you really want me to, I'll start using my shit again.
That brings us to Mido. Mido, as you look up at this towering creature that rises impossibly high up into the air, and just barely make up the glimpse of your friend Goth, who's trapped within the substance right in its chest. What are you doing?
I don't actually know where my dice is anyway. Well, I found a weird cracker.
You have the wings out still? Or did you lose those? Okay.
I don't remember.
They last an hour. Yeah, you can. So you can zoom on up with the haste. That makes your speed ridiculously. It's like 120 feet, I think. So you can actually like jet up like a rocket and get right up to where Goth is imprisoned.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where I put it though.
Yeah, he's stuck in this. It's not really flesh. It's like this viscous black substance filled with stars. It's the void matter that you've seen all over the place. This creature is literally made of it, and you can barely see his silhouette within it.
Oh, there it is. Okay, found it.
You try. Okay. So you fly right up to it. How do you want to do it? Do you want to like try to just reach in, or do you want to attack it with your sword? How do you want to actually try to get him free? Okay, give me an attack roll. You still have the haste, but now that you've flown up, you no longer are going to have it on following rounds. Okay, so that hits. You have your fire damage. 2d6, yep. Alright.
Do you also want to... Don't you also have that cantrip thing you can do?
You do have the cantrip.
Oh, yeah.
That's your bonus action.
It's 3d10.
Yeah, it's 3d10. Yep.
Nice.
You have one more attack. Yes.
I think if you're hasted, that means you...
doesn't, unfortunately.
You're still hasted, right? Couldn't you do one more attack
you have
after
one more
that?
Attack. Also doesn't
Oh,
do, unfortunately.
rip.
So, you you glide up to where Goff is, and you strike your rapier forward and just stab it once and twice. And then on the third and fourth hit, you try to pull your hand back, and your hand is just stuck, and you're trying to pull away from this sticky substance that is trying to pull you in. So you're just sort of there right now. You managed to wrest your hand free at the moment, but the momentum is gone. Okay. Tackle.
Tackle! It's tackle turn. Tackle's going to roll on up.
Fast cat.
Fast cat. Oh, he's super fast. Okay, so he's gonna make a tentacle tackle.
So I'd say, Lauren, you're like here-ish, kind of like right up in its face, or up at its chest cavity. There's no verticality to this map, so I can't really make the picture. But
Yeah.
So what's Tackle doing?
So Tackle's gonna make a tentacle attack.
Okay.
And that's a 16 plus 9.
That is going to be a 25 to hit. Yeah, that hits.
Cool. So damage is a 1d6. That's actually a 2d6. Everyone. I can't fucking math. Ooh.
19. Okay, so you gesture toward Tackle and direct him into attack, and he rushes in, weaving around the orcs that have charged in, and he gets right up in there and starts slashing it with the barbed tentacles, striking it and sending void matter just flying one way or the other, this cold substance spewing out across the landscape and the other fighters. But he's
doesn't he have a second attack because he's tasted?
No. Oh yeah, he does have a second attack.
Oh shit. Okay. So that is... Fuck, that's a natural 1.
Unfortunately, that doesn't hit. So his first tentacle kind of gets stuck on the substance.
Oh no, poor
And
baby.
he tries to pull it back, and it makes him lose the momentum for the second attack. That brings us to the Titan.
Huh.
You see it roar and raise a bunch of its tentacles, and it's going to make 6 attacks, all in various directions. One is against Mito. One is toward this trebuchet with Ellen and Sissel. One is going to be toward this orc horde with Wraith. One is going to be right down the middle, again at Verna, the war chief, and Urzoth. One's going to be against this area where the other archer company was, and one's going to be against this area where the other archer company was. So that one against Mito is a 27 to hit. I'm not gonna roll the damage just yet. One against Verna is 28 to hit. Tackle will need to make a dex save for that one.
Okay, Tackle's dex save.
The one
Get advantage.
one's gonna be against Sissel. That is, oh wow, I'm rolling really high. Another 28 to hit, and Ellen needs to make a dex save.
Okay.
One against Wraith, you are stunned, so it has advantage on you.
Oh no!
Does that get equaled
rolled-
out to normal because
Yes.
I...
Yep,
Yeah.
it does. So that's I don't think it's gonna hit you.
Oh yeah,
18.
Did it roll with disadvantage against Sissel?
Oh,
Who
that's
is
right.
Displacing?
That's right. Yeah. So the second one I don't think hits Sissel. That's an 18.
Yeah, I have a 20,
No, it
so
doesn't.
no one
So-
misses.
Okay, so those two actually you managed to
Okay.
find like an area or for Wraith, you're like in the middle of a bunch of other orcs, and their bodies actually take the blow for you. You see a bunch of
Oh,
no!
no!
Sissel, you manage to kind of like
Wait.
duck a little bit on the broom and find a kind of a narrow place to hide.
What happened? Why did everyone say "oh no"? I tuned out for a second, and suddenly everyone was saying "oh no." What happened?
Oh, just a bunch of orcs got hurt. And I'm
Oh.
like standing in the middle of all of them.
Oh,
like totally
okay.
fine.
Okay,
Sorry, I
so,
just wanted to know.
Tackle saved. Ellen saved. These other two orc groups of archers both fail. Wow. So here's how this resolves. For Mito, you take 31 points of bludgeoning damage. For Verna, you take 24 points of bludgeoning damage. This orc horde. Oh, jeez. Gotta move you for a second.
She parries. Verna parries.
Verna Souls.
What does that do?
I don't know. She just yelled that she parried.
So it was a 28 to hit. So wow.
Is-
What?
Does that reduce the damage? Oh.
Battlemaster parry.
It reduces the damage.
damage. Okay, so 24
by
minus
8.
8, so 16 damage for you. So Hiraeth, you just watched as the tentacle slammed into this group of orcs, like 50 or so orcs, and sent them all flying and scattering across the battlements, unmoving. You managed to be shielded from the blow from their bodies. This orc archer company and this orc company are wiped out.
No. Oh no.
So, at the top of the round, Goff,
Oh, Falk.
Verna, not Verna, Mido, you took 31 points of bludgeoning damage. Okay, so at the top of the round, Goff, as you are running across the open landscape of this Bloom Dune Sea, the divine light of Eldath fading into the distance behind you, and as you continue to run, your heart sinks in your chest as you suddenly hear Liza's cries go up, and then the light fades, and you see darting out from the distance this swirling cyclone of glittering void matter and sand rushing towards you, and it's moving in to strike at you. Your tattoos all glow a light all of a sudden, almost instinctively. I need you to make a wisdom save.
27.
27 saves. So as the gray man is coming in for a kill, your tattoos all glow a light as the divine will of Eldath channels through you, and as it's about to impact with you, a divine shield encircles you for but a moment, and it pings off of the shield and sends itself into another direction. You keep running. Is there anything else you want to do in response to it?
In response to the attack?
To the attack, or is there anything else you want to do on your turn? We'll just basically say, for the time being, with the top of the round, it's your turn.
I mean, is there anything I can, like, I don't have any context of I wouldn't know what to, like, try, because Goff doesn't know where he is or what anything is.
Oh, you
So-
just gotta try stuff, like, you
But what
can't-
could I, like, I'm in the middle of a blue wasteland, so, like, I can't cast,
You can cast anything you want.
okay. I'll try to cast Plane Shift to go back to the material plane.
Okay.
Because I don't-
Sure.
I'm assuming I don't know that I'm assuming I don't know that my body is, like, what's happening to it is happening to it, because I'm
Right.
unconscious. So I'm gonna try to cast
Wow.
Plane
Oh,
Shift.
no. Okay, so I want you to make another wisdom save for me.
28.
28. Here's what I'm gonna say happens, Goff. You stop in your steps as the gray man seems to be circling around for another attack, and you close your eyes and begin to utter the words for a plane shift and trying to get yourself back to the prime material. Your body visibly starts to shimmer as it seems to be trying to cross a threshold. And as you open your eyes once again, you see that the desert is actually shrinking. Blackness is starting to surround it as the world is dropping off all around you. And you suddenly find yourself standing on this sandy-looking peninsula with nothing around you but darkness. And the gray man coming in for another attack. And it's at that moment that you hear the golden voice enter your head. And she says, "Leap, I will catch you."
Oh.
What do you do?
I jump. And this is like into the. This blackness is not the void matter; it's something else.
This is just like the blackness of the world around you because the entire world has disintegrated.
It's not sparkling.
No.
Then I jump into it.
Okay. You fall into the darkness. You fall and you fall and you fall, and nothing happens. But then, Mido, as you are trying to dig Goff out, you see a rumbling at the chest of this thing. And then a large half-giant fist punches its way out.
What?
Do I wait? Do I have HP?
You have effectively, under the effects of a heal spell, you have 70 HP.
Oh.
So we'll put you on the map if you want to roll initiative.
Oh my god. A natural 20.
Plus?
With nothing, it's 20.
Okay, so let me put you on there.
Like the alien baby, but reverse.
Yeah, I was about to say he's like a chest burster, but cool.
So you just punched your way out of this thing. You were covered in void matter. You're coughing, sputtering a little bit. You see Mido there with her hand outstretched, trying to pull you out.
Can I? Do I? Oh, okay, never mind.
It's not your turn yet, but we'll get to you. Ellen.
Do I see that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna aim.
Oh, by the way, the tentacle that came down at you guys smashed the trebuchet.
Oh well,
Oh, we got one hit.
we got
Smashed
one.
Smashed part of the wall too. Actually, let me put a little.
We're on the broom.
Yeah, so you're not affected, but there's like a hole there now.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a hole here. Too. Yeah, go on. What? Oh, I don't know what.
Just gonna throw a shot at it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty easy not to hit Goff because big boy.
Yep.
Oh, that's a 10 plus. 10 plus.
If it's above it, if it's 22 or higher, you got it.
10,
I think.
10 plus 12! It's a 22!
Just enough.
Okay. That's a 2 plus, I believe, 7. That's a 9. 9 for the bow.
Okay. 24. Holy moly. Another one of your arrows sinks into its viscous substance and sprays this black ooze all over the place, just coating the battlements and the walls with it. It's looking very frustrated, if it could even express that emotion as an eldritch being. It looks like it's rearing up for another attack. What are you gonna do? Are you doing anything else? I mean, you're on the back of the broom.
I'm on the back of the broom. There's not much else I can just be like, get ready to dodge.
Okay. So in that case, at the end of your turn, it's going to use one of its legendary actions to slam a tentacle down on you.
Lovely.
Cecil's going to have to make a dex save.
Cool.
That is a 23 to hit.
That hits.
So you take 30 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm gonna use my reaction to cut that in half.
Okay. Cecil, what did you get for your
I
dex
got
save?
a 16 dex save.
So that fails. You take 15
Ooh.
points of bludgeoning.
15 points?
Yeah.
Okay.
You basically took like half of the main attack because you were on the outskirts.
Okay, no longer displacing.
All right. That brings us to Goff.
Hey, so, I'm assuming you all have watched the, or in Alex's case, first-hand seen the transition for Neo X Death.
Yeah.
Remember when he just fucking tears open a hole in the darkness and just comes out of it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a little bit of artistic liberty here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say that at least in the location that Goff is in, that it starts cracks of light start forming around where his hand came out, and then you just see his hands pulling it open, and he pulls the fist that punched out reaches out and grabs Mido's hand, and he pulls himself out to her, and he looks up to her. and he just never have I been so glad, Mido. And he pulls himself out to her, and he's going to use the duality of water. 90 HP to Mido.
Damn.
The other 10 to me. 100 radiant damage to this thing.
So it's gotta make a dex save, right?
Nope, doesn't. It just gets hit. There's no save.
Did I not make a save for that?
No, it is guaranteed.
Was Vernon not here for the first time Goff used duality of water?
You made this hit because it's a weekly ability. It always works.
That is right. Yeah, it is right. Okay, so just. so you.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Goff, you pull yourself up out of this thing, and you hold your hands together. You place one hand on Mido's arm, and the other hand you hold outward toward the wound that you just crawled out of. And as water begins to snake around your fingers, cascading with this divine light, you send it. It sort of snakes up one arm and around the other, warping around Mido for about a moment. Mido, and you heal 90 HP from that. Back toward you, and then it shoots out in a torrent into this creature's chest cavity, and you see ripples beginning to appear along of its chest as the surface begins to crack with white light as it starts to spread, and there's just this burst as all of this black substance from the front of its chest flies outward. It's still pretty healthy, but that hurt it a lot.
Actually, there is something. It's a con save. Sorry, I didn't see it. It was at the very bottom.
I figured there was a con
It's
save.
not a dex save, but it still takes half if it succeeds.
It'll probably succeed, so that's a 12 plus... Where is its con save? 12 plus 14, so it's 26.
Yeah, so it takes 50.
Okay, so I'll just give it 50 HP back. Still a very meaty hit. Anything else you wish to do? You're basically standing on this thing's on the surface of this thing, kind of balanced there by Mido. It's not exactly the most sturdy of places to stand, and you don't have any way down except for Mido to carry you.
I'm very heavy.
She's also very strong.
That's true.
You can continue to stay on it on its surface if you want and like attack from there, but you will need to make some I would say acrobatics checks to just sort of keep.
No, I'm gonna pull myself away from it into Mido's hands, and I'm gonna unhook the movable rod from my belt, and I'm gonna have it ready. So I don't know if this is something I can do, but like if she drops me or I'm otherwise displaced from her grip, I'm gonna have that ready to like catch myself so that I don't.
It would be an action to use that, and you've already used your action.
I mean, like as a reaction.
This time, you can't use it as a reaction. It's an action to use.
Okay. So. I just can't have that ready to go for like later in the round.
I mean, you can have it for the next round, but this round, if you were to fall, like it would still be more than 6 seconds before you hit the ground.
Right. That's why I just okay. I'm saying I'm gonna have it in my hand.
Yes, that's fine. Okay, so.
I still have a bonus action, right? Or do I?
You do.
I do have a bonus action. I don't really know if there's much else I can do. And that plane shift, did that count against? Was that there was the
7th level?
Oh, it did, even though it didn't use spell points.
It actually got you back into the material.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess I don't really have a bonus action in mind, so I'll just go. I'm done.
Okay. After your go, so on count 20, you see a shadow beginning to loom from the sky over the battlefield, and you hear this as it's slapping, and you look up in the sky and you see one of the rocks descending.
Hell yes.
Oh
my god, it's so big.
It descends upon the creature with all these orcs still on its back, by the way. It's going to make a beak attack and 2 talon attacks at the Void Matter Titan. So, come on, load up. Okay, so the beak attack misses, unfortunately. It thrusts its beak forward and it buries it in it, and but the creature cushions the blow by kind of absorbing the creature, and so the rock is kind of stuck there right now. And so it starts desperately starting to rake at it with its talons. Both are misses. Holy shit! I rolled a 7, a 3, and a 1.
Whoa.
Oh,
So
buddy.
no damage whatsoever. But as it's now stuck there, as it's just trying to, it's like in quicksand almost. Like it's stuck its talons in there now. It can't get out. All the orc soldiers that are on its back immediately start rappelling off of the rock and onto this creature's surface and begin hacking at it. That brings us to Verna. Oh, nice. That thing.
Oh, is that the name?
Yeah,
Oh my
I gave them all
God.
cool names.
That's really cool.
That's cool.
Sounds like she's attaching a fucking jet engine.
For a second, I thought Patrick was making like some kind of goof about like computers, and I was like,
No.
P64.
That's
What the
what I
fuck is
named
that?
I don't know why I named them that. It just sounded cool.
Verna opens the console and types in TCL.
God mode.
Verna spawns 1,000 ghost boys to overwhelm the void monster.
Hmm?
Okay, what are you doing? So you've attached the force mods. That gives extra force damage to your halberd. Okay. I feel like it's gonna take a lot to distract this thing. It's very big. Whoa!
That might be what you need to distract it.
I'll give it. Holy shit!
Is this what you need?
Roll the force damage on top of that. Is it only a D4 for the force damage? Or no, that's the radiant. That's the force damage. Okay. You still have another attack. You also have your superiority die.
Yeah.
I
And
think
it needs to make a certain save, right? Let me look it up. Distracting strike is a nope. The next attack roll against the target by an attacker other than you has advantage. Okay, it's not what I was thinking of. Okay, so the next person who attacks it is going to get advantage on the attack. That hits. Damn, y'all are rolling real good. So you still get your other abilities on it. The radiant damage and the force damage. Okay. Verna, you thrust forward with your halberd, and as you lodge the halberd in this thing's hide, and sort of thinking, like, oh, did you? Oh, you know why? Because I accidentally deleted
Oh,
it.
what?
What was your... shit.
her age
you were
was 17. Her age was 17.
Yeah, so we'll put you back up. Yep. So, so as you thrust your halberd forward, and you're kind of at the back of your mind thinking, how are you going to create an opening on such a tremendous creature? Your paladin spell focus, the symbol of Agma, begins to glow a light on your chest, and it starts to channel on through your halberd into the tip, and it splays forward with this burst of energy that ricochets up the creature's form, and it's at that point you've got its attention, and it starts looking down at you. This massive thing the size of a building. So that is your turn, Hiraeth. You are stunned, but at the end of your turn, stun wears off.
Okay.
That brings us to Sissel.
Am I still hallucinating?
At the end of your turn, you'll stop hallucinating.
Okay.
But it means you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay. Well, real big target. I'm gonna do what I do best.
Oh, Mel's being cool.
Mel's what?
Being
Oh, great.
summoned.
Actually,
Anyway, so what is Sissel doing?
I'm just gonna make it spicy. Sissel's going to, just squint through the weird shit that she's seeing and grab the staff and cast Fireball.
Okay. It's a dex save. That is a failure. So as the fireball strikes it, it seems to absorb some of the magical arcane energies. Nonetheless, this creature seems to be composed of it. So it doesn't take as much damage, but
Okay.
it does still feel it.
Okay. Good to know. And, then I am going to steer this fucking broom around and head back into the rest of the bubble.
Not the radiant damage. 'Cause- Okay, so where are you going?
There. Right here.
Okay, so Helen goes with you. At the end of your turn, it's going to use one of its tentacle attacks. What?
So did you roll your save for hallucination, or does it just stop
No need
automatically?
to. It just stops automatically.
Oh,
It's just for a turn. At the end of its turn, at the end of your turn, it's going to use one of its legendary actions to make a tentacle strike. This one, as it's looking down toward Verna, it sees out of its many eyes the creature on its body that just did a massive amount of damage to it. It makes a swipe at Goff. I don't think Mito is in range of that to also get hit.
I mean,
10 feet, so no. Well,
I'm technically,
it's a little-
I don't want to get her to get hit, but technically I'm currently holding her hand.
that's true. Yeah, you're right.
I'm not trying to get her hit, but if we're being honest, I'm literally, we're both right next to each other.
I don't think that hits you. I'm rolling really low. 18 to hit does not hit you.
No, it does not hit.
But Mito still needs to make a dex save. And I still need to roll the damage because half of it is going to go to her if she fails. That is a failure. So Mito, you take 21 points of bludgeoning damage. That brings us to your turn. You are holding Goff with one hand, just caked in blood in this horrible black substance as you're both kind of standing on its surface. What are you doing?
I think maybe not near its face, maybe away from here.
All right. That actually reminded me that I forgot to have the orcs go on turn 15, so I'll handle that after this. Okay. Yeah, so I'd say you're strong enough. You've been with Goff long enough that you know his approximate weight, so you kind of grasp him and as well as you can and fly down. So tell me where you want to put yourself, and I'll put Goff next to you. Okay. So you fly down here. And Goff also. No, that just takes your movement. Okay. That does not hit. Doesn't hit. Doesn't hit.
Wow.
That sucks. So you land on the ground, and in a rage, you turn around and start slicing at this thing. But it's like you're just slapping your sword against the ocean. It's not doing a thing to it. At the end of your turn, it is going to use a legendary action to make another tentacle strike. And since y'all are clumped up, it's going to strike. It's going to hit. It's going to attack Mito, but Verna, Goff, Logzol, the High Shaman, Sissel, and Ellen all have to make dex saves.
Dex save. With advantage, right? Because we're all hasted?
Yes. And tackle does not.
I rolled 2 19s.
Okay, well.
Wow, they both saved.
It's really good we had advantage, because...
Verna, wow, I think you all saved. Let me just check. Yep. Okay. So, Ellen, I think, is going to save. I'm not even worried about it.
And tackle doesn't
Mito,
have to...
No, tackle's not in range. So Mito, that is not going to hit you, actually. You managed to, like, throw up your shield and duck under some of the other orcs that are nearby and kind of cushion the blow as they take it for you. And they all kind of scatter a little bit. And the rest of you just barely dodge out of the way of this thing. You're going to take half damage. Half of the half, basically. So that's actually going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage for Goff, Verna, Sissel. Ellen is a rogue. So no problem. Urzath and Logs also managed to avoid it. That brings us to Tackle.
Tackle! He's gonna do his thing.
Okay.
He's going to... Oh my god! That was a natural one.
Oh.
Haste. Let's try again.
Hasted.
Okay, that's much better. That is an 18 plus 9.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. So... Roll 2d6 first one. Yeah.
20! Holy shit.
The one
Yep. So, as this massive tentacle crashes down right on top of all of you, Tackle manages to dodge out of the way at the last second and rush forward and strike with one of his tentacles, digging it into the side of this thing, sending all kinds of just horrible goop everywhere. At the end of his turn, the Titan is going to use his final 2 legendary actions. I need Mito and Sissel again to make wisdom saving throws as the madness begins to take hold again.
Don't fuck me. That is a...
Failure for Mito.
That's a 14 plus 2, 16.
That is also a failure. So you both failed.
Gross!
Mito, you are afflicted by this madness, and as it takes hold of your mind, you must use your next turn to use your action to attack the nearest creature. That is not the Void Matter Titan. Sissel, you must do the same.
Okay. Alright.
So, that brings us to the Titan's turn. It sees all of you clustered up. I'm just wondering if it's just going to do like 6 tentacle attacks in that section. That'd be... Actually, what it's going to do... you see it open its horrible multi-pronged mouth and let out a terrible wail again. I need everyone to make intelligence saving throws, please.
Okay. Natural 20.
Ooh, you saved. Okay, so what do we got? Mito's a failure. Goff is a failure. I need Hiraeth and Verna. Who else am I missing? Ellen. Verna's a failure. There's Hiraeth. No, intelligence. So it's letting out a psychic storm, similar to what you saw Ada do. That's a. Wait.
Verna rolled Dex on accident.
Okay. Yep.
And then
I would have.
rolled in.
Yeah. Okay. So Hiraeth saved. So Hiraeth and what did Sissel get?
Natural 20.
Okay, so Hiraeth and Sissel saved. I don't know what Ellen got because Mel's not here. I'm gonna have to roll for him. Second. Of course, I forgot that he has like plus 40 because it's Hitman. Okay, so Ellen saved. So, for all those of you who failed, you take 56 points of psychic damage, and your thoughts are muddled for the next minute.
What does that mean?
Which I'm going to explain. It's similar to Hiraeth's ability, which basically means that on your turn, if you make an attack, I roll I believe it's a D6 or D4. I'll have to check, but essentially I subtract that from your attack roll. It's a D6, yeah. So I roll a D6 when you make an attack and subtract it from your attack roll. The rest of you don't get muddled thoughts, but you do take 29 points of psychic damage.
Even the ones who saved?
Yes.
Okay. 29?
Did you do one for tackle?
Oh shit, I didn't.
You see this orc horde collapse. You just see all of them just hold their head and fall to their knees.
Tackle didn't roll great. That is a... Where's the stats? Fuck. Where did I put it?
Let's see who else.
Tackle rolled a 7 minus 2, so that's a 5.
Okay, so tackle takes 56 points of damage and his thoughts are muddled. The rock succeeds somehow. The orc horde up here succeeds. This orc horde succeeds. Shamans fail, so they're wiped out.
Oof.
This group of shamans succeeds, and this archer company fails, so they're wiped out. You took 56 points, but I think you already subtracted that from yourself.
She just did.
Okay.
I noticed that she hadn't. She just did it when she asked, and I told her.
So it's Ellen's turn, and since Mel is not here, I'm gonna let it go to the group as to what Ellen does. I'm assuming fire and arrow is probably the right choice of action.
Does she have any explosive arrows?
Yeah.
Just to confirm, how much damage did Tackle take, and how much damage did I take?
You took 29, and Tackle took 56.
Okay. Oh, poor baby.
I don't have access to Ellen's character sheet right now, but I'm assuming she has an explosive arrow, in which case I would want her to fire one.
Okay. Yep. So
I don't know. You know the damage things on that. I don't know what they are.
Where is Ellen's attack thing? Yeah, I'll just roll. I'll roll her attack.
It's a plus 12 to attack. That's all I know. The damages for that stuff I don't know.
Short bow? Yeah.
Wow.
That hits, I'd say. For 37 points of damage, plus whatever the... It's not going to succeed on a dex save. No, it's not. So it takes another... Fuck. Wish I actually knew how much it was. I hope Mel actually wrote it down.
Explosive arrow is like some... It's like two or three
Yeah,
D something.
Let me look at his inventory. No, of course he didn't actually write it down. Explosive arrows. Oh, here we go. 3d6 fire. So that's a pretty good roll, I'd say. That's 15 points of fire damage. This thing's looking pretty hurt at this point. Its form is beginning to bubble and contort all over. Still fairly solid, but you all have done some significant damage to it. On count 20, you see War Chief Logzol rush forward with his battle axe, and with a terrible roar, just jam it into this thing. He's going to do a reckless attack on it. That hits for 20 points of damage, of slashing damage, and you see him pull another hand axe from his side as he clings to this thing, and he starts like scaling it and just slamming the battle axe into it as he's going, like the two axes as he's kind of scaling it. So he's going to do two more attacks, one from his second attack and one from the hasted action. Both reckless. Both hit. And it's going to be an additional... Wow, not great. 25 points of slashing damage. It's looking pretty hurt. Goff, use your turn.
I feel like I've asked this
like
question.
This thing up.
I feel like I've asked this question before, but when I'm hasted, the spell level limit still applies, right?
Yes.
So I can't do like two.
No.
I can do a 5th level and a 5th level.
Nope.
Okay.
Hasted action only lets you do an attack. It doesn't let you cast a spell.
I can't do two action spells, even if one's a lower level spell.
Correct.
I couldn't do a 5th level and a 1st level action.
Correct.
Okay.
The hasted action only allows you to do a one weapon attack, a dash, a disengage, a hide, or a use object. It doesn't let you cast a spell.
And that. Okay. Okay. You know what? I mean, we're going all out here, I think, so... seeing that Verna and I were particularly fucked up by whatever that intelligence saving throw thing was. What attack was that, anyway? What did it do? Like, scream or something?
Yep. And it
Okay.
muddled your thoughts. So you're feeling like...
I'm holding my head, and then with my other hand, I'm gonna hold it up, or actually no, that's not how Scoff does that. I'm holding my head, but then I get myself together for a second, and I'm gonna bring my hands together and hold them out. And I'm gonna cast Heal on Verna.
Oh shit! So Verna, you get 70 HP back.
You just get 70 HP right back.
Ooh,
70. And Goff says, "This seems I've made a blunder. Allow me to make it up to you." And I'm gonna thank you. And I'm gonna do that, and boing, and so that's my first action. For my bonus action,
Position. Feel their soul.
I'm gonna, because I'm hurt and that spell only affects Verna, I'm gonna take a moment to move away. I'm gonna kind of stumble over here and try and I don't know if there's like cover or something right here.
Yeah, some cover. That's like a...
I'm gonna take a moment to like get like kind of kneel down here. I'm gonna bonus action. How bad does Urzoth look?
She looks
Logzol.
pretty bad. Logzol's a berserking warrior, so he's fine. A barbarian, so he can stand to take a few more hits.
Urzoth looks pretty hurt.
Urzoth, yeah, she looks like one more good hit, she's gonna go down.
And you said,
Conscious.
and your rule is I can use up to do a 2nd level for a second spell on my
Yeah,
bonus
that's correct.
action. Okay, so I'm gonna use 2nd level Cure Wound. No, 2nd level. I can't do that from far away. Can I reach her if I walk? Can I change my movement to reach her?
Yeah, you have haste.
Okay, I don't know. Do I have to go like? Can I just walk up to here? Or do I have to like go around and then up?
She's up on a wall.
Well, whatever way I get up there, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna see that
There's
she's.
a ladder you can scale.
I see that she's looking like she's struggling, and I'm gonna scale the ladder, get up to her. I don't know how I do it, and
There's a ladder. You can scale it.
I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna cast level 2 Cure Wounds on her.
Okay.
How much space did I need? Like, was that just like 15 feet, 20 feet?
I'd say 25.
Okay. I'm gonna cast level 2 Cure Wounds.
You still have 35 feet of movement.
I know. I'm gonna use it after I cast Cure on her. I just need to do. I need Cure Wounds is a touch spell, so I have to get close to her.
She looks healthy again.
So I use. That is a 15 HP.
All right.
It's 2d8 plus my Wisdom mod. So yeah, she is 15 HP back, and I'm just gonna nod to her, and then I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to like run along this wall, kind of watching what this monster's doing, kind of like keeping low, and then kind of jump down behind this thing like I was originally gonna do. And then for my second, actually, I have a second action. What were my options for haste again? It's attack,
move,
dash,
disengage, hide, use an object. So everything but cast a spell or multi-attack.
And using an object is like an environmental thing, not an item thing.
It's an item thing, I think.
I
Actually,
mean, but
no.
some items count as actions. Some kind of items count as like.
If the actual item description says like as an action you have to use it like that, I think applies.
Okay. So I can't like use my staff of healing on my second action.
No, because that makes everything bonus to actions, doesn't it?
The staff of healing.
That's casting a spell. That's casting a spell technically. Like you're using the staff of healing as a focus, but it's still casting a spell.
Well, it comes from. I mean, the staff of healing has charges that the spells come from. That's why I was confused.
Still, you casting it. It's you.
Okay.
The invocations to cast it.
I think I'm just gonna try to hide, I guess, for the time being.
All right, give me a stealth check.
Just take cover. Oh, that's actually really good for Goff. 19.
19. Okay.
No bonus. It's just 19.
I'll keep that in mind. At the end of your turn, it is going to slam another tentacle down in this location. Where's the end? So it's gonna actually, yeah, this direction because you've hid, so it doesn't see you anymore. It's gonna strike it down on Verna. That is going to be. Don't think that hits you. 21 to hit. Nope.
It doesn't.
Wow, because that haste. But everybody else, so Mido, Sissel, and Ellen have to make deck saves.
Great, 14.
That's a failure. Mido, I need a deck save from you.
Oh, did I save?
Actually, you have advantage. You have advantage on the save.
Oh yeah, I do.
Mido succeeds.
Ooh.
That's an 18.
That is also a success.
Nice.
So you all take the two of you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage from the strike.
Also, did I save at the end of my? Wait, never mind. Just kidding.
You haven't gone yet.
Yeah. How many damage?
What?
How many points?
11 points.
11.
Brings us to Verna. Did anyone actually use the advantage that Verna gave last round?
If anyone attacked, then they should have gotten it. I think didn't Mido miss all three of her attacks? I feel like one of those attacks would have hit because she had advantage.
Actually, no. Actually, yes.
There was one that got 27.
I will allow that if Mido wants to roll 2d6 and the 3d10, because one of those would have hit.
Yeah, it was that third attack would have hit.
Yep. Okay, so that's a total. No, not 2d, like 3d10 for the second. One of your 3 attacks hit. Yeah, there you go. Big money. You can re-roll that one. Oh.
21. I feel like that happens a lot where she rerolls one and just gets one more point. It's just like 1, 2.
So it is Verna's turn now. That's big damage, so it's good that you remember that.
Yeah, good reminder, good memory. I was gonna do something cool for Verna, but then we got fucked up, so I did something else that was a different kind of cool. But maybe if we have another turn, I'll do something cool for Verna that time.
Where's oh, there she is.
Oh, you're back.
So
You
what's
used one of your explosive arrows.
Yay!
It did pretty well. It did a lot of damage. You crit. I think you got a critical hit. I think.
No. Just a lot of damage.
Oh, wasn't the sneak attack like maxed or like really high or something? It was really high.
Yeah, it was 15 out of 18 points for the explosive. Okay. Roll your attack. That doesn't hit. Unfortunately. Still have another attack though.
2 more. There's the haste.
Oh,
though.
and the haste. That hits. So you can add your force damage and your other stuff onto it. There you go. It's looking pretty rough now. Let's make a wisdom save. That is a 12 plus. Yeah, it saves. I forgot how high it was. Okay, so yeah, it saves.
You get 2 more attacks or whatever.
One more. You used 2 halberd already. You still have hasted action.
Doesn't the haste action include the extra attack?
Nope. It's
Even though it's part of the fighter's thing.
It's correct. It is one attack. You don't get multi-attack.
Multi-class doesn't matter in what I'm talking about. Because Verna still has 1 extra attack from fighter. Like she still has she has 2 attacks on a normal. You have 3. That's just mine now.
Okay, do it. That hits. It's a lot of ones. Sucks. Still a good amount of damage to this thing, though. As you thrust your halberd right into it once more, letting another burst of white energy just crackle up inside. It's looking very hurt at this point. It's having a very difficult time keeping its form together. Its pieces of it are sloughing off and left and right and smashing down into the battlements and the other orc warriors that are attacking this thing. Yeah. You're 8th. What are you doing?
When that tentacle hit me and all of these here, did it break the?
It did.
Could I conceivably climb up the rubble to get down here?
Yes. Yeah. I'd say.
How much?
It'll take an extra 10 feet of movement.
Man.
You can go straight up this way.
Yeah, but I'm.
You could use your dash to get up there.
I wouldn't be able to act, so it's not gonna matter.
You have 14 spell points left.
I'm not gonna use my 14 spell points. I'm just gonna walk up right here and give it a few.
Good old. Terrain looks around as like good old dwarven problem solving. It's just like I guess I just fucking hit it.
I've been waiting to take this feat that gives me like 5 extra movement because 25 is a joke and I don't like it.
Is it?
Okay.
Is it mobile or is it something else?
It's called. It's a feat and I hate the name of it. It's called squat nimbleness.
Is it for like the shorter races?
Yeah, it's
like,
for dwarves and halflings and
it like equalizes them with the rest of the fucking characters.
Yeah, there's a few other things it gives you. It's like pretty useful. But, hold on, I'm trying to find my freaking attack. Okay.
It's like plus 11.
I just imagine that
rolled a 2,
around.
so that's a rip-roaring 14.
He's just like, fuck it. It just runs in.
Okay, that's a 30.
30 to hit on the second one? Yeah, that is.
Okay,
Wait, why do Mito and Verna get advantage?
I'm rolling so bad.
What? Mito...
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
And that's... fucking it.
So Verna gets advantage because she cast Vow of Enmity on it, so she gets advantage on all attacks she makes. Mito got advantage on one of her attacks from the last round because of Verna's distracting strike.
Right. Okay.
So here, there was a total of 8 points for like the sword
I
attack. plus
missed, and I rolled a 1 on my damage for the other one. So yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Your rate's been a fat 0 this whole encounter, but you know,
Listen,
she
you
did
were an
everything last time.
MVP like last session.
Trying
She
your
can
best.
take a break.
You slice into this thing. You're trying your best to just carve out of it. Standing up alongside what remains of the orcs that have been wiped out. You see all their bodies just lying on the ground, broken around you. And there's a few that are still standing and hacking at this thing, and you just are joining them, desperately trying to take this thing down. It's looking really rough at this point, but you've seen what it can do, and it's worrying. At the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary action to slam another tentacle down in this place where everybody is clumped up.
You think Urzoth would have like moved to the side at some point?
That's true. Actually, I forgot that before Sissel goes, it would actually be Urzoth's turn. So, what Urzoth is going to do is, you see her put her hands together, and water begins to spin around her hands, and she is going to cast a healing stream.
Yeah, man, I want to play a shaman class.
Healing stream.
I'll roll me a whole class.
This bounces from Sissel to Goff to Mito.
Ooh.
Does it have the diminishing returns, or is it all the same?
It's going to be half on everybody but Sissel. So Sissel will take. Actually, no. It can fork, right? It doesn't have to be like from in a single line, right? So it can hit.
Are you
Goff
talking about the
and-
WoW healing stream, or is this a homebrew thing?
It's
'Cause I don't-
like chain lightning, but it's a heal instead.
I don't know what chain lightning does. I've
Let me
never
look at
used
chain
it.
lightning. So chain lightning, it can leap up to as. Okay, so yeah, it'll hit Goff and then leap to 3 other targets. That's the way I'll do it.
Yeah, it is like chain heal.
So it'll hit Goff for the most, and then Verna, Mito, and Sissel will get the rest for half of the healing dealt. So chain heal is gonna be so Goff, you take you recover 30 hit points. Everybody else gets 15. So Mito, Verna, and Sissel, you get 15 hit points. And she's going to use the rest of her turn to kind of skedaddle down the rubble here and kind of get to the other side. That's her turn. Sissel.
Okay.
Actually, no. And then now he's going to do a fucking big tentacle attack.
How many points did I get?
15.
15?
Yep.
Okay.
Verna is going to hit you again. Wow, I rolled a nat 4, so that's a total of 17. So that misses you. Mito, Sissel, and Ellen, again, I need dex saves from you.
Okay. Okay.
That's called.
With advantage. Okay.
But with advantage?
Yeah, because we're in the haste field.
Oh, we're in the haste field. Hot.
So I got
Mito
17
okay.
plus 4.
That's
Mito
really good.
saved.
Be-
You got 21.
Yeah, I got
Red.
21.
Okay, Sissel saved.
let
Ellen,
me
I'm
find my
assuming is
plus.
Gonna be fine. I'm assuming Ellen will save. Yep. So all of you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage from the strike.
Except for Ellen.
Who takes none? Yep. Sissel, it is your turn.
Okay, how much damage did I just take? Sorry.
You took 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Since you are still succumbing to madness,
Yeah.
you have to attack the closest target to you.
Well, the closest target is right
Hi.
behind me. So Sissel's just kind of like wigging out and making weird noises, and she just kind of hunches over and leans back and turns around on the broom and thrusts her hand out and just aims a chromatic orb right in Ellen's face.
Would that be at disadvantage?
It would be
Because
disadvantage because it's a spell attack at melee range.
Yeah.
It's not a melee.
Does it
spell
force you to use a spell, or is that just a flavor
attack.
choice?
That, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
flavor
you can
choice.
attack somebody. Like you could have pulled out your dagger and stabbed Ellen
So-
for like 1d4 damage.
It
but...
still hit. Jesus Christ, Red.
Ellen, you took 21 points of.
I'm having that to 10.
And as soon as you let that spell loose, Sissel, the madness fades from your mind, and you're just left looking at the acid that is coating the front of Ellen's
Oh
cloak.
shit! Oh no!
Cecil, what the fuck?
I'm sorry. After.
I'm just being. I get it. Don't worry.
I mean, you know, we'll wipe that off later.
Yeah,
Don't get it into your eyes too much. Oh jeez.
it's all right.
That brings us to Mido. Mido, you're under the same affliction. You have to attack the nearest creature to you that is not the Void Matter Titan.
Well, hi, Verna.
This is gonna be a point of contention later. Of course, it has to be next to Verna of all the people in the party.
I think that misses.
Yes.
That hits. Yep. You have your blast too, your firebolt.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit! What?
Woo! Woo!
Okay, so
Whoa.
the first, so that's 33 points of damage for that one attack to Verna,
Jeez.
and then you still have one more attack. That also hits for 8 points plus whatever the 2d6 is. So that's another 12. So that's a total of 45 points of damage to Verna.
Does being in the haste field mean she gets one more?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Mel.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck? Do you want? Teacher, look, I remembered the rules that fuck up the party.
Hey teacher, we have homework tonight, don't
that
we?
that really is some teacher's pet shit. Jesus Christ, Mel.
Oh
Fucking
Rest in peace.
Double that damage. Double the damage on the 46 on the fire.
Mel.
Well,
Jesus
it could have been
Christ.
worse.
That's 65 points of damage total that you took, Verna.
That's why I healed her. Jesus fucking Christ.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Sometimes it's okay to notice things and not mention them, because no
Yeah,
one will
you
know
snap
you
out of it.
remembered.
You snap out of it now, and you see that your flaming rapier in your hand as Verna grabs it. You see the front of her armor is all singed and scratched up from where you were striking her. No. So it was 45 from the one attack that you, and then the second attack was a crit for another 21, I think. So that's 66 damage total. 65. All right. That brings us to Tackle.
Tackle just sees this shit and just kind of growls, and then just leaps over and will make another tentacle attack.
Okay.
So that is a 17 plus 9. Plus 9,
So
that's
that hits.
26. Okay, so. Slash around. 46 plus 9.
15 points of damage.
Okay.
You still have one more attack.
Yep, he's gonna attack again. Well, that's a natural one. Man, I've just been rolling a lot of those tonight.
Feast or famine.
Yeah.
Tackle looks bloodied and bruised as this thing has been beating on him and everybody else around him. And as the entire orc army is at this point seeming to thin out a little bit, crawling over the bodies of the dead, Tackle just makes an additional strike at this creature, trying to get every last bit that he can out of it to take it down. It's looking really rough, but on the other hand, it is now its turn.
Oh boy.
You see it hold up 4 of its tentacles, and it shoots them forward, and they pierce Mido, Verna, Goff, and Hiraeth. I
Oh,
need all
great.
4 of you to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Inferno, you save. You save, Goff.
I'm not gonna save.
Mito, you failed.
Oof.
And Haraith, you failed. So this is what happens. For those who succeeded, you take 20 points of cold damage. For those of you who failed, you take 41 points of cold damage, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls for the next round. That's going to be its turn.
Holy shit.
Verna, you should have.
You should have 3
You should have
points.
3 hit
3.
points. You had 23, and you only took 20. So you're still up.
Oh god, this is frightening.
Yep. That brings us to Ellen.
Ellen's gonna look, and well, there's only really one thing she's good at.
Well, she's good at a lot of things, but in this case, there's only one. There's one thing that she does better.
Yeah, there's not much.
Unfortunately, she can't pick the lock on the monster. Like, just open up his control panel and turn him off.
Yeah, she's just gonna. How many explosive arrows do I have left?
I only used one, so
Yeah,
have all
I'm
the
just.
rest.
Where are they on my?
they're in your inventory. I didn't
They're
subtract
somewhere
anything.
in my. Oh, you didn't subtract it?
No.
Okay. Oh my god. Sorry. I don't have eyes. I lost my eye. Okay, there they are. Okay.
Yeah, they're on
I'm
the
gonna
bottom of
fire.
the second page.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm gonna fire another arrow.
Okay.
Okay, that's a natural 20.
Okay.
Yeah!
Okay. So the explosive arrow is
gonna be 66.
66.
Yep.
Okay, but
So I
first
double all the damage. So you're doing 12d6 on the sneak attack and like.
no 14d6 because
Oh,
it's
14. You're right.
76
Yeah, it's
regular.
76. Yep.
Okay, so 2d6 for my bow. That's a 4 plus 6. That's a 10 plus 7.
17 on that.
17 on that. And explosive damage is 46 plus a 14d6.
It's 66 because it's 3d6 times 2.
Oh, yeah. 6d6 plus 14d6 is a 20d6.
That's a lot of damage. Oh, that's so many ones!
Holy
That's
shit.
so many ones.
That's bullshit.
Not a single 6.
Oh, that's so rough.
Oh, but 48 damage is still pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. You take aim, and looking around you, how desperate it is, your allies on their last legs, you fire an arrow straight toward one of the more prominent eyes that it's on this creature's shoulder, and you strike it right in the center of it, and it immediately flinches the eye closed as void matter begins spewing all out of it, and it seems almost to like visibly deflate a little bit. That is going to be your turn, right?
Yes, that's my turn.
Are you moving, or do you want to just...
I mean, I'm on the back of the broom.
That's true. Okay. Goff, it is your turn.
How bad does it look?
Actually, before you go, well, you're going to see in a second, because it looks pretty bad.
Is
what it's
Logzall
gonna make-
going? Oh.
Logzall is not going. He's
Okay. I was gonna say, is Logzall gonna get the glory kill?
No. He's still climbing up this thing. He's not in a position. Actually, before you go, the orc shamans over here are going to go.
Oh, okay. Are they gonna get the glory kill?
They are. You see them. They seem to have been over on these battlements, casting a spell this entire time, a ritual spell together. And as they finish, a golden light enters the air, and then scatters down across the battlefield. All of you recover. Hold on, I gotta roll this. Wow, that was a really low roll. Shit, are you kidding me? 19 points of health.
It's something.
It was 8d8, and I rolled so many ones.
I mean,
this is the
for
fight of the.
Ellen, that's like
This is the war of the ones.
that's like 20% of her health. So I'm taking it.
And then, yep. So now, Goff, it is your turn.
It looks like it's really teetering on the brink here.
Yeah.
Also,
not enough
Mito-
for like
Mi-
a single attack to knock it over, but like from you maybe, but like Verna or Mito definitely could probably take it down.
Mito, you should heal, by the way.
You got
19
your second-
HP.
Oh yeah, Mito.
Mito
is
Lauren
19
didn't put the HP in the bar. That's why.
19.
You can't?
Oh no, you can't. Second. Oh, 19.
HP.
There you go.
Uh.
All right, Goff.
Okay.
Did her wraith heal up as well? 19 HP.
Alex?
Alex, hello.
Alex is muted.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Um,
All right.
Seeing that the shaman healed all of us, as I was about to do something. And I'm just trying to see this down. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
I won't kill it. Person after,
what
then
level?
Verna probably will. 5th.
5th level. Okay.
Mhm.
Make an attack roll.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull my hands together, and then as if I'm pulling apart a string, I'm gonna pull my hands apart and create a bolt, and then get ready to heave it back and throw it javelin style.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll it, and I'm gonna get a big 2-0.
Natural 20.
A natural fucking 20, man.
Whoa! So that's double damage.
Yeah. And it has like a head, right?
Does it? If you want it to.
I don't know. Does it have a spot like a big eyeball or something that looks like a weak point?
Oh, you're asking about the creature, not the guiding bolt.
No, the animal's not gonna have a head. That's weird.
I just throw a head
Sorry.
at the creature.
The creature has a head, sort of like there are eyes all over this creature, and then there's like a mouth somewhere up top.
Okay, I'm just gonna aim for like the part that looks like it'll get fucked up the most.
Okay.
And
actually, yeah, I'll say it's a natural 20. It would actually been in a higher. It would have been a higher AC if you had targeted one of its weak points, which I'm only mentioning now because you guys didn't target them the entire. You didn't know, but now you mentioned it. Yes, there are weak points on this thing. But since you got a natural 20, you hit it anyway, which means you're gonna do double damage.
Okay. And I'm gonna heave it back. And I'm gonna Hawkeye this shit. And I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna say, "This is for Liza, you wretch!" And I'm gonna throw it. And it's gonna. And since it's a natural 20, can I have like a swirl of like water around it?
Absolutely.
Like a water missile with a light in the middle.
Okay,
and
so 5th level, that's gonna be.
I think it's the default damage is 8d6.
It's 8d6. So since it's a crit,
Is it 16d6?
roll 16d6, and then we're gonna
Christ.
after you roll that, we're gonna double it because you hit a weak spot.
Oh really?
Yes, that's
Okay.
There was a weak spot thing in this fight, and nobody really. Said,
I was just doing it
attack
for
a big eye, or it's.
I was just doing it for flavor, but if you say so.
You said you want to attack the mouth. Finally, somebody mentioned it.
Oh.
Everyone was just hacking at its fucking feet. Holy shit!
Holy
Okay.
I didn't think God
So
was
that's-
capable of this.
So
That's like the opposite of Ellen's
that's
arrow.
148 damage because you hit the weak spot. Goth, as you rear back and throw your guiding bolt upward, You feel all of your tattoos glow a light. The water begins to swirl up your fingertips into the bolt itself as it strikes forward like a rocket, and it in a flash of bright white light, it strikes this thing square in its eyeball. How do you want to do this?
I'm thinking like, could you just shiny arc?
What?
Yes.
Shiny arc
Yes!
the arrow from the end of my Little Witch
Yes!
Academia. Just that huge bolt that just like goes at the speed of sound and just like breaks through the missile, like
Yeah.
just tears it open and just like makes it explode in like a burst of like water and like
yeah. So you hold your
light and-
hand. You hold your hand and charge it up as more and more of the white light of Eldath's grace begins to coalesce around your hand, and you hold it forward, grasping your hand forward, palm open. Time seems to slow down, and the rush of the adrenaline to you, all you can hear is your heart beating. And then you let go. And with a blinding flash, a streak of white light rockets across the sky, lighting up the entire stronghold or the remains of the ruins, and piercing this thing straight through its mouth. You see, for about a moment, as the creature wobbles there for a second, and then every single one of the eyes on its body begins to spew a white light that seems to cascade in all directions like a disco ball. And then it explodes in a shower of black and purple fire. You are all sent flying from the blast, scattering across the ruins in the open field beyond, effectively taking enough damage to knock you all unconscious.
All of us? Even
Yes.
Haraith?
Yep.
Even Ellen?
20d6.
Oh, whoa.
Hey, 20d6 might get us 48.
Actually, it's 20d6 plus 20d6. It's basically a meteor swarm.
Oh, fuck. Goth did not foresee this.
So yeah, you are knocked clear of the blast, and then darkness takes you.
Oh my god.
As you are all swimming in this sea of unconsciousness, drifting along. Eventually, you find yourself making your way back to the waking world. You open your eyes very carefully, and you see just a very faint bit of light that seems to be coming in through a window. You find yourselves in an infirmary of sorts.
Real quick, I don't mean to interrupt. Haraith is not back on this page. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I'm
that
sorry.
matters.
Let me grab it. Yeah, it does matter. I'll grab it. You find yourselves in an infirmary of sorts. Bandages and surgical, well, not surgical tools, but linens and such all nearby on nearby countertops. What look to be various bottles of potions and herbs. You hear some movement off to the side, and you see Urzoth is off at a table washing what looks to be some cloth. There's some other various orcs in the room that also appear to be shamans that are kind of moving in and out, checking on all of you as you systematically, one by one, wake up. Seemingly, you don't know where you are at the moment, but seemingly out of danger. Back with the orcs.
Are we like full body wrap? Like just covered in bandages,
Like,
pretty
just
much?
in pain.
You're in a severe amount of pain, but
Oh, did we
I will
die?
say, as you say that, Urzoth turns around, and she says, "Oh, you're awake." No, I'm glad to say that you survived, although that can't be said for many people, but they got the glorious death in battle that they wanted. You have been out for quite some time, a couple of days.
That makes
The
sense.
creature was defeated.
I remember it exploding, so...
I hear a but in that sentence.
We couldn't find the orbs.
Great.
No, they seem to have vanished. Scoured the whole ruins for them.
Okay.
Goff is not moved except for opening his eye.
She sits down on a chair. And she looks tired. Looks like she's been dealing with a lot of wounded, a lot of dead. You can see as you look toward the entrance of the room, leaning against the door frame, you see Logzel. He seems very somber. Strides into the room. He takes a seat next to his wife. He says, "I'm glad to see you are all right."
As much as they can be.
For the most part. Alan tries to sit up, then like, you know when you like try to sit up and then just nope, not working, and then you just like flop down into the bed again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
You should rest as long as you can. It's...
I won't argue with that.
Goff still doesn't move, but just says something from the end of the room. How many were lost?
200.
Their souls are on me. Their souls are on me. It's my fault.
What the fuck?
It is not your fault, friend. You do not know of the corruption and the history it has in the Orklands. But we have dealt with that before, and we will deal so again.
I could have. Part of me knows that I could have stopped it.
Well, you did explode it.
Hiraeth, Logzel looks over at you. He says, it's not our first experience with this corruption, this substance that is like staring into a starry night sky. You all, of course, know of the time when the orcs rose up 300 years ago, attacked the highlands and the Vale.
Yes.
That was how the world saw it from outside. But within orc society, it was a conflict. Two sects that stood against one another, opposed. One group warlike and vicious in nature, the other seeking to reconnect with our ancestors and the spirits of nature. There were rumors of a visitor who met with the warlords there.
A gray man.
An orc with gray skin and a gray beard, in a gray robe. This orc promised them all great power in exchange for a promise to find something for him. Those black orbs.
I saw him.
Did you?
I brought it right to him.
Well,
We
won't
were
make the same
carrying
mistakes.
one because we did not trust those in Arcadia who would keep it. But we did not know that when they come close together, that happens.
I think there is little we know. What I do know, Horath, he looks over at you, is that at the time of the Great War, the forests in the south, what you now know as the Flame Fields, had become overrun with the corruption as the warlords had given in to this man, this creature. To root out that corruption, your ancestor raised the forests with fire. And it was no more from our lands. And for our savagery and our hubris, we suffered 300 years under that harsh environment. So we will not make that mistake again.
There's one more thing you should know.
He looks over at you.
You have heard of the Night of the Eye in Arcadia.
I have heard word, yes.
That night, before we could close the portal that drove the events of that, two figures came through into our realm. I believe one of them would be the Grey Man, and the other, the only thing we know is that she is called the Lady of Change. I got that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks thoughtful. I will not have my people suffer this fate again. So if this evil arises and you seek it out, we will stand with you.
We would be glad for your help.
I have much to do. I have generals to calm, rights to oversee.
Of course. We would not keep you.
He nods. He stands up, hesitantly for a moment to see if anybody else has anything else to say.
Ogzol,
Yes.
before my time in this realm is done, I will see that that great man's head is entire being crushed in my hand, if it so be it, for your men, for my friend, for everyone who has suffered his tricks. I swear that to you.
He strides over to you. And he stands over your bed for a moment. And you see him reach to his belt, and he takes out a small dagger, and he holds the blade in his hand. He slices his hand with it, and then he hands you the dagger.
Is this like a blood brother thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've probably seen people do this before.
Yep.
I very shakily and slowly, because I'm assuming my entire body is in pain, pick up the dagger and do the same.
Okay. Clasps your bleeding hand in his. He said, "Let the pact be made. We will stand with you." He grips your hand firmly. Much smaller than your hand, but there's a lot of power in it.
I grip it back as firmly as I can in my state.
Okay. After a moment, he lets go. And he looks around the room again. He says, "Rest up. Stay as long as you need."
Thank you.
Thanks.
He exits the room.
You know you can get infections from that, you know?
Urza kind of gets up and she rolls her eyes a little bit, and she walks over to you, Goff, and bandages your hand up.
You just hear him heave like a rattled sigh. And he's just like, you do know what I do, right? It's
it hurts to laugh.
I am trained specifically for more than feeble infections.
So Sissel just looks at him and gives him a shitty grin. Oh shit! Wait, tackle?
You hear very painful from
Oh.
outside the room as this big displacer beast lumbers into the room. He's got a limp. One of his paws bandaged. He's got a little bandage around his forehead.
Oh,
Oh, you
buddy.
poor baby.
He stumbles over to the side of your bed and just flops down.
Oh, it's okay. You can
Flops
rest
his
here.
head. He flops the side of his head on top of your bed, and
I very gently
it's like
scratch him
having one of
behind
those
the
big
ears.
like lions or tigers just sitting on your lap.
Yeah. The weight
Who
hurts a
helped to
little
kill
bit,
it?
but I'm gonna let it happen anyway, because he's a good boy. Oh, you did
Who
so
helped to
well.
kill the giant void matter kaiju?
You did really well, Tackle. You did really well.
Is Earthdaw still in here?
Yes, she
Okay.
was bandaging your hand.
As she does that, I kind of lean my head slightly over towards everyone else. I saw her.
Her.
Her?
I saw Liza.
Oh.
You were in. She's trapped in the dreaming. You were in the dreaming?
I think that's the case.
What?
I saw him too. She
Him.
guarded me from him. His face is one of the worst things I've ever seen.
You didn't. Did you see Ada?
No. I saw blue sand. Nothing else except the gray man and my friend.
Glad you made that out.
And I would have stayed, but I have long since learned that I always listen to what Liza tells me to do. She knows
Yeah.
things I cannot. She told me to run. I can only hope, by the Grove Mother's guidance, that she has not died due to my choice. I don't know how things work in the dreaming, but she was not able to hold him back for long. I did not see what became of her after I fled.
Mom, she's been here this long. So.
She's just, her skin was different, and she had horns and a tail just like her daughter, but she was just as I remember her. Just, I've never known so much good in one person.
Well,
I really truly hope you get to meet her someday.
I do too. I think we will.
I'm going to go back for her, one way or another.
We'll find him. We'll figure it out.
It's because of her that I was able to get back.
We'll find it. We'll find our way into the dreaming. And we'll get her out. Anyone know any games?
I spy with my little eye something round.
Round? I mean, we don't know what else is in the room.
I'm spitballing.
Is it
You hear a
the
little voice
cleaning
next
bowl?
to you, Thistle.
Oh,
That's cool. And you
What?
look down and Samael is there.
oh hi.
What did he say?
Well, that's quite rude.
How are you
Rude?
feeling?
I think the better question is, how are you feeling?
How do I look?
Alive.
Eh, I've seen better days. Glad you're still around. I've gotten kind of
Is Verna
attached.
able to... Wow, Verna's just...
Verna's just a
Truck-
fucking hard ass.
Yeah, Verna takes no shit.
Oh, there she goes.
Please try to stay
Uh,
alive. If you die, then there will be no one to ask a wish.
That's true.
Oh, we're all trying to keep her alive.
I generally enjoy being alive. I would like to stay that way for a while. Don't you worry your creepy little head.
Then I will remain here.
Okay. I don't know about you, but I'm going back to sleep.
Am I in my condition? Am I able to use any sort of spells?
Yeah, you guys have all you've been asleep for a couple of days. You all have had a long rest. You have full health and full spell points. You are just feeling really, really rough. Also, by the way, you're now level 14.
Oh!
Oh, wing?
Oh, wings?
Wings! Hey, I turn to look and I just go, "Hey, Sissel, your wing."
My wings, what about?
Yeah, they're on the bed. They are there.
Are they there?
They're there.
Are they there?
This is...
Yes.
Oh, fuck. What the fuck happened when I was asleep?
See these
Wings?
black dragon wings that are just sticking right up out of your back and you're basically using them as a headrest.
I thought I was laying on some weird pillows. Oh, jeez. Oh, this is a lot to deal with right now.
You can fly?
Apparently.
Let's try when we're
not right now.
Yeah, let's try when we're not, like...
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
Okay, so, looking at this, the wings are magical and can be summoned and desummoned at will.
Yep.
Well, that's cool as shit.
What?
Sorry. Starting at 14th level, if
you're cutting out, Mel.
Sorry. Starting at 14th level, if you are able to hear, you are aware of the location of any hidden or invisible creature within 10 feet.
Yeah. Jack can't sneak up on you anymore.
Jack can't sneak up on me.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast sending.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna send a message to Moira.
Okay.
And just say...
You guys gave her the sending stone.
Oh, well then I guess I'll
you
just
do
use
your
that.
little ritual thing if you want.
I was just gonna send her a quick message. I didn't want to. I don't think we need to have a whole conversation.
All right. Cool.
I just wanted to let her know. It was like a check-in, basically. Yep. So I'm gonna use my sending because the sending stone is more for her benefit, so she can send something to me.
Okay.
I'm gonna just send. Things got rough, unexpected, but we're okay. We'll be back a little later than anticipated. Sorry.
After a moment, she responds. She says, "Take your time. Everything is fine here."
Okay. Goff just treats Moira like the tavern, like the Snapdragon mom, and he just checks in with her so she knows that we're okay.
Hi, Mom, it's me. I just wanted to let you know that we fought an eldritch beast and we got really fucked up, but we're okay.
Cut off. And just like cuts off mid sentence. And but
yeah, Vernal left.
I mean, since we leveled up and Team B levels up with us now, Pashiri has wings.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, she most definitely got wings in some crazy way.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
They had a cool rock concert. That sounds like a level 14.
Oh my god.
Deep Chris hosted
Battle of the Bands.
Oh shit.
Deep Chris just like he played a deep track and it like unlocked up everyone just leveled
Yeah.
up.
That would actually be a cool mechanic.
Goff, he just he says, well, now we know one more thing about the orbs, and we don't have to worry about carrying one anymore. I suppose we have to worry about it being somewhere else.
Cecil, can you scry on the orb?
The orb? I think we
Is
can't
that-
scry on objects. I think we can only scry on people.
People are locations.
People are locations, so no, not really.
It won't work.
Ugh.
And knowing their nature, I wonder even if it was possible that
Oh yeah,
Somebody-
it did that weird thing when Hiraeth tried to identify it.
they are some of the most unnatural things I've seen.
Just want to see.
Well, I think we rest as long as we need. We pay our respects to those who stood beside us. We find Holg. And carry on. I don't know where else we could go from here, other than back home.
That sounds like a really, 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 really good idea.
Yeah.
There was something. Goff is responding to Hiraeth. You heard that. When I touched the second orb, whereas normally I'm able to just dismiss the whispers, tune them out, I heard the words, "at last," from what I assume is the Grey Man's voice, if not something else. And then I was in the dreaming. And judging from how I'm feeling, I'd say that you tried your best to get me out.
Yeah, we kinda did a number on
In
you.
the most direct way possible, but it is what I would ask. I would do the same. We know nothing of what these are capable of.
As far as we could tell, it looked like possession, so.
Right. I'm glad that you were there in front of me when I was free. I can always count on you, Mido. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I know I couldn't have known, but I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it, you know?
It's.
I suppose that I got a little bit too confident in handling them. I never suspected that them being so close together would cause that.
Golf, if you keep blaming yourself, I'm going to crawl over there with all my broken arms and I'm going to break my arms again because I'm going to punch you in the face. You don't want me to break my arms on your face? Well, you know what to do.
Is Urzaf hearing this?
Oh, is the bag? Do we still have it? Was it destroyed?
It was on you. Does Goff still have the bag?
No, someone took it. Goff doesn't know what happened to it, but someone took it.
You see a pile of your equipment over on the corner that's been kind of cleaned and cared for. You do see the bag of holding there.
Oh. Okay, well. Let us hope that is the end of those orbs. They have not disappeared somewhere else. But now, we must do everything we can to keep them apart from each other.
Oh, definitely.
Are there any we know of that are there still in the academy?
There's 2 in the academy. but they have been quarantined in separate containers, essentially.
Okay.
And I'm assuming they're like magic proof.
Oh yeah, they're in like anti-magic fields and shit. They're not going
Yeah.
anywhere.
Okay.
Well. Yeah. Eldritch 2, man. Oh. I'm gonna do one more thing before I go back to sleep and progress to whatever time we're progressing to. I'm gonna cast divination.
Okay.
I'm gonna, after like I've finished talking to everyone, I kind of close my eye and just take a deep breath, and I'm going to reach out to Eldath.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask her one question.
Okay.
Can Liza still be saved?
After a moment, you hear a golden voice echo through your mind. Yes.
That is all I need to know. Thank you, Grove Mother. Oh, my eye. Just I will sigh in huge relief.
Oh, Sizzle.
And then I will kind of drift back off to sleep. Sorry, go ahead.
It's alright. Can you check on Hulk? How's he doing?
Okay, I'm gonna scry on Hulk.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that Hulk is not wise enough to to succeed on the wisdom save. So your vision kind of rockets upward for a second and then shifts a little over. You find that you're actually in Morbishar right now. And then when it plummets back down, you see that Hulk is over in another district of the city. He seems to be at a shop out in the Gales, buying some spices.
Aww. Yeah, he's fine.
Good.
He's out there living his best life.
Good. That's all I can ask.
All right, so it's essentially your time right now. You can decide what you want to do with it. You can sleep for as long as you want, and then whatever you want to do, you can do.
Yeah, Cecil's gonna sleep for a while, and also I'm gonna be right back because I gotta pee really bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Goth definitely drifted back off for a while.
Just gonna sleep off like the soreness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Verna, you managed to make your way out to one of the districts of the city, Horde's Rapture, which is where all of the various restaurants and taverns and inns are, and the outdoor feasting tables. You kind of find one with some less orcs than usual. They just kind of put food out there, and you can just take what you want, essentially. They're a very open, giving society. So there's all kinds of food there that some of it looks familiar, some of it looks very cultural, we'll put it that way. Very specific to the orc culture. Okay. Are you going back to like the infirmary, which is out over in the Evoker Hold, where all your allies are? Or you're going to the Giant Skull Tavern, where you guys have a room still?
We have a room. Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you head back to the infirmary with a big sack full of local delicacies.
Hey Verna. Alan smells the food and like, you know how you don't realize you're hungry until you think of It's been days since any of us have eaten, so Ellen's gonna be like, "Oh, I am hungry, but it hurts to move."
I'm just imagining we're all like Spike in that one episode of
Yeah,
Bebop
pretty
where
much.
he like got really fucked up. I think it was after the first time it was like the church gunfight. And he gets knocked out of the window, and then the next scene is him and like on the couch in the
He's like a
Bebop,
mummy. Yeah.
and Faye like hits him with a pillow when he's all like wrapped up. And he just like screams. That's what I imagine we're all like right now. But maybe that's too much. Maybe we're not that
I don't
fucked
think
up.
you're that bad.
Okay.
I don't think gold disintegrates. It's probably buried under there somewhere. Ellen's like slunk her way to the bag and is lying down beside it, just reaching in and pulling out a food and then
So
eating
you
it.
find some of the dire wolf jerky from earlier. You find uh some of those large like chicken wings, that the Strix wings. You find some bread that's actually black in color. When you taste it, it has a very kind of charred taste to it. It's almost like a little bitter taste to it. Gritty, smoky flavor.
Mm.
Um, it actually doesn't taste that great. And as you're like eating it, Urzoth looks over to you and she's like, "Oh, you, we typically dip that in honey."
Mm. It would go really well with some honey. Goff. Oh no. I slink over to the bag of holding and pull out the alchemical jar and whisper honey into it.
I forgot about that. Okay, so you just hear bloop 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 as
Alchemy jug always coming in right where it counts.
the alchemy jug fills up with honey.
I'm dipping the bread in honey.
So yeah, the honey sort of masks the bitterness of it, and you just get like that nice sweetness of the honey with like a smoky flavor underneath it.
It's really good.
It's very filling.
Mhm. Hey guys, try some of this bread with the honey. We haven't eaten in days, and I'm gonna force everyone to eat because we haven't eaten in days.
You find a couple of giant eggs in it that look like they're like hard boiled.
Ooh, nice.
Just like a massive egg.
I like that.
Probably
Meadows
the size,
into it.
an egg, I would say the size of your head. Goff's head, actually. Big egg.
Meadow, here you go.
There's like maybe two of those.
She can. Meadow is probably finishing both of those. Ellen would imagine.
That's a lot of food.
It's a lot of egg. Okay, but how many days haven't we eaten?
I mean, it's been a couple of days. Like you've probably eaten. You've been in and out of consciousness, and people have fed you.
Okay.
It's not like you've starved.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh shit. Oops. Never mind.
But also, like, when you're not fully, like, when you're recovering, usually you don't have much of an appetite anyway. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Mito just chows down this big old hard-boiled egg that's as big as Goff's head. You just peel the shell off of it and just go to town.
Hey, I'm back.
I don't
Hey.
think the extra attacks stack unless you got your 11th level in fighter. Okay, yeah. So if you're gonna be 11th level fighter, you'll get your 3 attacks. But like multi-attacks don't stack, so you can't like get 3 from one and 2 from the other. That'd be crazy.
5 attacks. 69 attacks.
Bow, 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 bow. I also got a little bit of sake. What's up?
Oh man,
Nice.
I want some. Get ramen tomorrow, I think. Okay, so you spend, I'd say, the better part of the rest of the day recuperating, eating what you can, just in this infirmary. Shamans are in and out occasionally, tending to any wounds that you might have, casting some healing magics on you. Yeah, so what do you wish to do with your time? Once you're recovered.
Once we're recovered.
Or if there's anything you want to do while you're recovering. Like
while I'm recovering, I don't know if I need to do like an RP conversation or not. I wanted to see if I could spend some time learning about the shamanistic like magic that Urzoth does.
Okay, yeah.
Even just like from like a fundamentals or like a philosophy point of view, or even see if I could pick up any tricks. Probably not, but just like, kind of just watch and listen. Maybe watch other shaman in that area we talked to her in. Wasn't there like a garden or something, or like a park or something?
There is. So I'd say you can head over to Shell Sanctuary, which is the massive park with all the totems in it. And as you watch them, it reminds you very much of the Druidic ways.
Okay.
But probably more in tune with the elementals.
As opposed to like the beasts and stuff.
Yes. So
and
they
plants?
do still honor and respect the beasts. But the shamans seem to have their philosophy rooted around the 4 elements. And
elemental planes and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you do, while you're there, see a number of elementals that are just in the area who seem to be communing or otherwise just passively there with the shaman. And while you know that most spellcasters, it's possible for spellcasters to summon and control elementals, these elementals don't seem like they're controlled, like they're not being subjugated.
They're just living there.
They're just living.
Am I with Urzoth or was it just random shaman?
I'd say random, because Urzoth probably gone off to attend to the rites for those who died.
I'm probably like sitting on a bench and just like feeding birds or something, like an old man.
Yeah.
While watching. If there's someone nearby, I would like try to ask them something. Is there like a shaman nearby? Okay.
Yeah, I could say he's what looks to be a wiser, older orc. Kind of, you mark him out. He's got just sort of a long, scraggly beard. He's a little lankier than some of the others.
I'll just, as he moves by me, or if he's sitting near me, whatever, I'll just say, I had a question about all that you do here.
Of course, friend.
These elementals, they don't seem like they are under anyone's command. I've never seen anything like that before. What is the nature of this?
We work alongside the elementals. We respect their power. We honor the sheer force of their design. We do not seek to manipulate or abuse the gifts that they have given us. They are, in a way, the fundamental representations of our connection to nature.
Oh, I see. That is an admirable outlook. How did they come to be here?
It's a long story.
Well, much in this realm has a long story attached to it.
Our people have always held at least some of us have held a connection to the elements, the spirits of our ancestors. We have regularly over these centuries sought to commune with nature, not unlike the druids of the forest. But while the druids of the forest seek to understand the physical realm, we seek to understand something a little bit more metaphysical.
Hmm. Well, I am no druid, though I dabble in their work. But, well, let's say I have a great appreciation for that what you believe. I am a cleric of Eldath. I don't know if she is known here, or what did you say? You cut out a little bit. Oh, okay.
I am afraid not, but if your patron is a friend of nature, he has common ground with us.
She does. She is. Yes. She and I, as a result, we are of a similar mind. Though I have never thought much about the elements like that. That is something that I will have to keep in mind. Well, thank you. I'm just curious, is all. I just want to know more. It's quite fascinating.
It is something one can devote their whole life to. He kind of gestures toward his long gray beard.
I very much understand that. And I guess I also have a really long beard. Though I probably am not as old as he is.
Not as gray, no.
Not as gray. Wait, how gray?
Like, practically white.
I'm giving him this. Me as a player, giving this guy the side eye. Every time you describe someone as gray now I'm gonna
He's
think
an
that
old-ass man.
I know. You said he was gray, and I'm
He's like
fuck.
60. I mean...
I know. This is what happens. You make
He's
a.
like at the very edge of the orc lifespan.
I know. I was mostly goofing. You just can't be gray anymore, or Goth's gonna put you in gay baby jail.
Gray baby jail.
Gray baby jail.
Gray man baby jail.
I'll just I don't know. I didn't really have much else to say, so I'll just like kind of nod and smile and just continue relaxing there for an amount of time. I'm sure at some point we probably like found Hulk again, and he knows that we're not dead.
Yeah, when you finally check in with him, he is so glad to see you.
Really?
Like the first one of you who enters the room, he just immediately just leaps at you within a big hug.
Oh.
Crying, like he's
so
he didn't know what had happened to you guys.
Hey, Hulk. Oh wait, no, I'm not there.
I mean, it could be anyone.
It could be there. It could be.
I think we're just kind of jumping to the whole reunion scene. I don't really know.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We're all there. Hey, Hulk.
Oh,
Careful.
I'm so happy to hear
It's still a little sore.
He just gives you this big old hug. He doesn't care.
Oh, love you too, bud.
I'll fix you a nice meal.
Thank you. Oh.
Are we gonna go home?
You ready to head out?
I like this city a lot, but I do miss home.
Alright.
Goff is gonna. I'm sorry if you were saying something.
Yeah, no. If everyone else is alright here, then I think we can head home. What do you think, Cecil?
Let's go home, guys.
Yeah.
I'll say
Right.
before you got to this point, at some point, like when you were leaving the infirmary, Urzoth informed you that they did make sure that Borgash didn't escape, because
Oh, no. Oh,
the reason
yeah.
why he was not involved in all that, because basically before this whole shit kicked off, they kind of had him in shackles and were bringing him outside of the stronghold, so he was nowhere near any of that. So they have him all locked up, and they're gonna bring him within like the next couple of days. They're gonna like portal over to Arcadia and turn him in, and let them know that you should get the credit for it, get the money.
Alright, thank you.
Yes.
We should.
I'm gonna Goff's gonna step up to Holg
Okay.
and put his big old hand on Holg's shoulders
Okay.
and say, I'm sorry that we were a little controlling.
Look, it's fine. I had a good nap,
And
I still got to see the city, so
yeah, well,
no problem.
are you sure you want to leave?
Yeah, I've seen enough. I've eaten plenty. I've cooked plenty.
He kind of like gestures to his pack and he says,
I've got a lot of ingredients.
Nice.
Well, if
Did you
you
get to
need-
show
I was
them?
able to make a few arrangements for selling Holgendas.
Nice.
do you
We have a few interested parties, a few people in the marketplace, a couple of taverns.
well, you need to find a way to maintain trade with them.
They have supply lines that they're starting to kind of make their way up to Arcadia.
Okay.
That'll
Well,
be good.
I know that you've seemed quite happy here. I just didn't want to take you away from something that made you happy. And maybe less dangerous than being around us.
Oh,
You know.
look, yes, this city is amazing, and seeing my people thrive like this is incredible, but I mean, you're more than just employers. You're like a family to me.
Did it finally sink in?
I guess so.
Goff pats him a little, like he pats him gently for Goff, but probably hard for Holg. And he says, and Goff just chuckles a little bit. He's like, "Good. Well, if you ever want to come back, I'm sure we can arrange a quick trip." Speaking of which, I looked to Cecil. Is there like a way to? Do they have a circle here?
Do they have a circle here?
I'd say you probably asked around a little bit. You asked Urzoth. They do not, because they're not arcane practitioners.
Yeah.
But they are looking to, once they establish good relations with Arcadia, to have some of the Arcadian mages from the tower, from the academy, come down and basically construct one for them over the next few months.
All right. Well, that'll be exciting to get to.
Yeah, that's just fine. Alright. Any last things you need to do, or are we ready to
Well, personally, I'm ready to get back home.
We've already said goodbye to Urzoth and
Yeah.
Logsall? Okay.
They're seeing to the spiritual rites as both the high shaman and the leader of the city.
Spiritual rites? Like, for the dead?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sort of releasing the fallen to the spirits of their ancestors as the elements
Right.
and that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think we have much more else to do. I think we've brought them enough trouble. Let's get back, I suppose.
Let's go home, guys.
Everybody in.
What the fuck? So okay, Sissel, you. What is this? What is this reference to?
It's Final Fantasy
referencing
X.
There's a part where Yuna's doing the sending and Titus says that he's like
People die and Yuna dances.
dances. When will she stop dancing? It's like a serious scene where like
It's a really serious and tragic
he's
scene.
he's being really he's really introspective and insightful and like serious, but Red's people.
I hate this so much. Anyway, Cicely, you draw. Fuck you. You draw the circle, and you finish your incantation. You step through it back into the quiet coziness of the Dapper Snapdragon Spaceman.
Welcome home. It smells like home. Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to clean out the
Fuck.
onion smell.
That's
Back to it, huh?
Back to onions and turnips,
No,
then.
no, I swore them off. I'm trying to eat better.
Well,
Okay.
vegetables
Always
are
been teaching
vegetables.
me about proper diets.
and Tulg says, "Oh, it's true."
Okay. That's
Just kind of
good.
nod at Hulk.
I like how Hold's just become like the older brother.
Yeah, it's cute.
Well, we're back and no one's dead.
We're back,
Yes.
and no one is
At
dead
least
except for two underdogs.
We aren't dead.
We aren't dead. We specifically aren't dead, and frankly, that's pretty good.
I know this. I probably should. I forgot to say this before we left, but Goff definitely like I don't know where he would go to do this, but he definitely like went to where the dead were being like honored or sent or whatever it would be, and he like sat there for a while.
Sorry.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. I'm not gonna acknowledge that because I'm trying to say my fucking RP thing.
You're right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah. So
No, it was funny, but so Goff would have done that. I forgot
Okay.
to say it because I was thinking about it earlier, then I
No, it's
forgot.
fine.
But he would
Yeah.
have done that.
You would have done that. You would have witnessed the orc kind of, I guess, the rites for the dead.
Yeah.
Most of it
Right.
is in orcish, so you don't really understand what they're saying.
Right.
But they do seem to offer the bodies up to like a pyre that is then lit up by the fire elementals that are,
Okay.
and then the ashes are carried away by the wind elementals.
All right. I'm sorry, I forgot to say it earlier. But okay. Anyway, yeah, back to
So back to the Dapper Snapdragon. At this point, Holg is kind of headed upstairs, gone back to kind of unpacking and
Yeah.
putting his stuff in the kitchen that he took back with him. And the rest of you are left to your own devices.
Hey, Mito. Can we go to the training grounds for a bit? I'm gonna grab, remembering something from a past encounter. I'm gonna go find like a piece of cloth.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Maybe the next day or something.
It's not that late. It's like
No,
noontime.
Cap.
I mean she's
Okay.
Does Mito carry a sleeping cap on her person just so she
Nightcap.
put it
That
on whenever she
is-
takes it?
That
I love
tracks
that.
so
That tracks,
much.
I want to try something. And I remembering something that we had before that we've encountered before. Ellen's gonna find a piece of cloth and tie it around her eyes and ask Mito to spar with her while blindfolded.
Mm.
Shit. What?
What?
Hello? What is
What?
this?
You said that we hit 14, right?
Yeah.
And
You
that,
get blind fighting at 14?
yes.
What?
What?
Hold on. I gotta see this.
What?
No way.
Nani?
I have blind
Blind
sense.
sense. That's right. You can
What
literally.
the fuck?
What the
fuck? You literally have... No, that's not the same as blind sense. You can hear... You're aware of hidden or invisible creatures.
Oh, okay.
It's not the same as having blind sight.
Okay. Okay.
You can still do it.
You can still
I
try.
could still try.
Oh man, you are just going. You are impossible to sneak up on now.
Pretty much. Fuck.
Kick his ass, baby. I got your nightcap.
Probably drops it on the ground.
Goff just fucking ignores this conversation and just goes to sit in the garden.
Okay, so you go and you sit.
he just like sighs a little bit. It's like we're already back at it again, huh? Just back to this weird, like doing weird, dangerous shit just because.
Is there pizza in Arcadia? I thought that was something that
That's something that
looking for.
Deep Chris is looking for, the ultimate circular food.
Yeah,
it doesn't exist yet.
the
He's gotta
deep
make it.
Chris
because
deep dish.
because we don't have like a narrative for that defined for them that
That's
at
his
least that
level. That's his level 20 epic level quest.
Oh my god.
The pizza tablet.
the pizza
Yeah. It has chili dogs and egg.
the pizza scratch record.
That sounds for all the world like a Homestuck thing.
No,
He becomes a
Chris-
DJ.
they delve into a dungeon. They find like the legendary brick oven to cook.
And D. Chris just puts his fingers on the sides of his temple. He's like, "It's coming to me. I know what I must do." First, round bread. A mix of 3 cheeses. Sliced pepperoni.
Oh my god. Okay, so Mito has
Cooked it in 450 degrees for 22 minutes.
So Mito has PJs with eggs on them, fried eggs.
God, burn that fuck.
Yeah, that's a lot. 450 degrees.
Sorry, I had to fuck my cooking brain went off for a second.
Cooking triggered.
My
So
cooking
Ellen,
senses.
you and Mito square off at the training grounds. You put the blindfold on yourself.
Are you both blindfolded?
No, just Ellen.
Oh, that would be
okay,
so
this,
funny.
This is gonna end really badly
That
if
would
you're
be
both
so
blindfolded.
So what are you doing?
Just sparring, I guess.
Okay. So Mito, make an attack at Ellen with advantage because she can't see you. Unhanded, yeah, just a fist. Just make an attack roll and add your strength modifier and proficiency bonus. Oh, yeah, proficiency. You get advantage.
I think it's just a strength check.
20
I think it's just a
plus-
D1 plus your strength mod.
Yeah.
That's it. Then you roll a D4 for the damage. Plus something maybe?
No, D4 is a monk. Like a
Yeah,
level
you
one
only do
No.
1 hit damage.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Monks get to have actual dice. So you just
What stick? Sure, why not? I don't know what
did you
stick it is.
pick up a fucking branch? You still have a stick that you're just carrying around?
Oh my god, that was
was a long
forever
ass time
ago.
What beach? Oh,
Oh my
Wow,
gosh.
you just kept the
Kept
fucking...
the
No, you didn't. That
You
fucking
just-
stick got disintegrated a long time ago by something, I'm sure. You guys have been through a lot.
you can't just be. You're just carrying a fucking.
I just want to
Wooden-
say that we live under a giant fucking tree with Sisyphus climbing right now, by the way.
Oh,
And
you're climbing the tree.
You're climbing the storm oak.
You're climbing it, or are you just
well,
flying
I
up
feel
there
I
because
feel
you
like
have
there would
wings?
be I feel no, she's climbing it. I feel like there would be no shortage of branches or sticks that trees just shed. They molt. That's how trees work.
They won't.
They mold.
All right, so we're getting at a. So Mito, you just there you go. you make a.
How is the
swing at-
damage? What stick?
Why is it a D6 for a stick? Hello? No, it's not. Anyway, Mito, you just smack Ellen in the side of the face with a stick, and Ellen, you just realize all of a sudden your blind sense is not how this works.
Nope. But I'm gonna keep training it anyway. Maybe it can work someday. She's just gonna keep training.
And you keep training, but also in the back of your mind, you're thinking about the fact that there's a certain doppelganger of yourself that is in a similar situation.
Are you serious? So Ellen is just thinking like, so does she can she is she actually like can she actually see blind, or is she just firing arrows not knowing if they're actually hitting?
You don't know.
I don't
Anyway, so as you're all returning to the Dapper Snapdragon, and all just sort of unwinding a little bit after that harrowing adventure, and contemplating where you're gonna go next, as Mito keeps smacking Ellen in the face with his stick, that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Goff wait. So I have one more little small thing.
Okay.
Did Goff just walk up to the tree in the garden where he normally sits and just see Sissel fucking climbing it like a monkey?
Yeah. And in fact, Sissel, as you're climbing this fucking tree, you get up to some of the higher branches, you just see Arya sitting up there.
Hello.
Oh, Arya?
We can have that conversation next week. Or next week.
Goff just sees Sissel climbing up, and he just walks up and he just looks up with his arms at his side and just doesn't even do anything. He just goes, ugh, and looks back at the ground, and then he just doesn't say anything.
And the frame just fucking does a Looney Tunes where it like just circles in on Goff's face and then it blacks out.
Yeah, and that's where we end tonight's session. Thank you for everyone. It was fun.
Yeah, it does a freeze frame of the stick about to hit Ellen in the face.
Don't you
Oh my god.
No, it plays roundabout. That's what Patrick was saying.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a good session.
Yeah.
I was surprised that I got out of the dreaming as fast as I did.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to use plane shift.
Well, I mean, Goff didn't know. He doesn't know the nature of the dreaming. He just knows that he was not where he wanted to be. So he just tried to plane shift. He was like, I don't know. It's the only thing I have. The only form of transportation I have that does not involve trees. So.
There are no trees in a desert.
Nope.
Well, unless you find an oasis.
Oh my god.
I doubt there's an oasis in the dreaming. At least while the gray man's there. Or the scion.
Dreaming can be anything you want.
See, I was thinking about that the whole time, and I was like, I wonder if I can like create shit in the dream because I can like imagine
it's
it.
like lucid dreaming. It's
but
literally just like
Goff wouldn't know. Goff wouldn't. That's the thing is, as a player, I thought that would be fun, but Goff wouldn't think about that. Like he doesn't. It wouldn't come to him. I don't think it would. It just felt like it was
Goff
too.
Makes a cunt.
It felt like it was too much. I don't know. I just didn't think it was something that he would come to his mind. He would just listen to Liza and he would just run.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would have been nice if she told me that I could do things.
Hey, I have a really good.
She's in a little bit of a panic state at the moment, so she doesn't really have an opportunity.
I have a really good post for Pride Month. Stocky's hitting a little bit. Be a non-exclusionary radical feminist. Remember, it's nerf or nothing.
Wait, what was it? You cut out a little bit.
Be a non-exclusionary radical feminist. Remember, it's nerf or nothing. It's really good. It's really good.
I get it.
I forgot to put eardrops in today like I was supposed to, so I'm gonna go do that.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for smacking Ellen with this.
I didn't know what I was supposed to. I just had it in my inventory still, and I think that was what I was given. It was a 1d6, so I just smacked her.
That's right.
I wasn't proficient though.
Yeah. Smack.
Anyways, good night.
Night.
Good night.
But I actually thought that I thought that Goff being stuck in the dreaming was gonna be like a
longer
whole thing. I thought it was gonna be kind of like the astral plane where like I
I
never
didn't really intended it to be a long thing, but I thought
Okay.
it would go on for a few more rounds before you got out.
Well,
Could have
my
been
bad,
more
I
difficult
guess.
No, like that's fine because if it had taken longer for you to get out, could have gotten real bad
Yeah?
for everyone
For
else.
everyone else, yeah.
Could have gotten pretty bad.
Ellen was actually
If I
Ellen
didn't
was
already,
actually okay for once.
yeah. If I didn't have like this whole thing with Goff and Liza's interaction where like he just like he looks up to her so much that he always listens to what she says. That's like a thing I've already decided about him before. Like that was something I decided before this whole thing kicked off. Like he just follows what her guidance and her advice is because all she's ever done is help him. So if it wasn't for that, I probably would have had him try and stay there to help her.
Mm-hmm.
I was really thinking about it.
What's the hit die again?
For Rogue, it's like probably a D8.
I think it's a D.
It's probably D8.
D6.
Is it a D6?
Is it a D6?
I
No,
think
it's a
really
D8.
D8. Yeah, it's D6 for like wizards only. I think.
Wizards and sorcerers.
Sorcerers, no. Sorcerers get.
According to Roll20,
Oh,
it's
D6.
sorcerers.
Yeah. Shit.
I'm sorry, Sissel.
Wait, what? Sorry, I was spaced out for a second.
You get a D6. You're like one of the 2 classes that get a D6 hit die.
Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes.
Ooh, 7 plus 2 is a 9. So that's...
So rolling for hit points is I just roll my hit die plus...
Your con mod.
Okay, so that
And you
is...
take. So for you, since it's a D6, if you roll less than a 4, take 4. I think is my rule.
Okay. So that is a 1d6 plus 2. A 1d6 plus 2.
Oh my god. I'm
Okay.
excited to see all the spells people pick.
I don't pick new spells, but I might switch
I
one
know,
around.
but Hiraeth picked 2 more magical secrets, and I'm really excited to find out what they are.
Unfortunately,
Magical
even though I do get my
secrets.
HP increase and I get an extra prepared spell, I, as a cleric, only don't get anything super fantastic this level. I get upgraded Destroy Undead, which is nice if we find more undead, but other than that, it's not super impressive. Honestly, I think... Double check.
Oh, I should stop recording.
Honestly, like,